And we're live in the grand final of the South American ESL Challenger League for season 48. MIBR versus paiN. paiN have their 1-0 advantage by virtue of that upper bracket position. Can MIBR battle back straight away on Anubis?
That is the question. And we're straight into the action as well. Insani goes peeking down canals and he's able to find himself a wild NQZ. Draws blood. Sets of Julies here in this pistol round for MIBR as well. We saw them struggling heavily on the A-bomb site yesterday against Bestia on the CT side, so going to be watching closely to see if they've been able to remedy those problems. P250 recovered, and paiN still look to take their time.
Oh, and Sunny knew what was coming. Lux will still be able to find him though. And the Cows are looking to reface this one. He's going to go for a big swing, and there we go. Lovely pre-aim, realising Lux is going to be in one position and he hasn't seen him exit E-box. So 4v3. Bigazera still waiting patiently with the bomb on his back with that P250 recovered. And he's got the all-important smoke and flash, and Lukowski always going hunting. If he gets this kill here, or even gets one in the meantime, oh, it's very awkward. Bigazera maybe almost let Snow die there. Only just gets the kill in time to save his teammate. And Cowards has spotted one player on B. This is the all-important duel right now if it opens up the site. And it might not even need to be because, oh, he's forced him back into Temple. But safe still. Jiggle peeks the kill on Bigazera. That's an amazing kill to take. Bomb will go down, though, in a 2v3.
paiN Gaming have actually done really well to get themselves a bomb plancher, and that smoke is going to be enough to force MIBR the entire way around through CT, so that's chunking the clock down even further, and time is of the essence here because they're actually without a kit. So they will now throw themselves forward, drop with the Julies, leaps into the angle, spots Kawa is out, but can't get the kill. It's going to cost him his life, but Snow, low on health already, was in a very difficult position, and eventually exit will come through along with Safe as they combine and get the job done. MIBR on the board.
The all-important kill there is how Safe manages to get his first, right? Because he's fighting on the site for his life up against Kawes. And he's being pushed back. He's trying to take the duel properly. And eventually gets pushed all the way back into Temple. But he manages to jiggle Temple, check for the E-box push that he heard from Bigazera, and take an instant headshot. It's funny, isn't it? You can be fighting for someone in basically a 1v1 for so long. You miss all your shots, and another guy turns up, and you dome him immediately. And that's exactly what he did. And it was the all-important kill that kept them in that slight advantage.
Yeah, it was a very good effort there from Safe. I still think that paiN do pretty well to get into a bomb site, considering the way the round started with Insani. You know, Lux is kind of the guy who has to open up B Lukowski when searching as well, which is quite brave from him. Just because paiN paused for so long, MIBR felt like they had to try and figure out what was going on. Either way, bomb plant in the losing cause for paiN mean they will force up in the following round.
Scout
A very clear plan here.
I feel like that scout is, you know, a weapon that only really can be used in this map to catch an E-box swing, which is, you know, there's not many other positions where you kind of would want the scout, to be honest. NQZ, if there's one man I trust to really get it done, it could be him. They're going for a bit of an AXQ coming in here. Exit is so blind, still does well to get one, to be honest. M4 is recovered, but Snow didn't have many bullets left in it, I'm afraid. NQZ is trying to prove me wrong and make this scout look incredible, and he's found two. Lukowski chasing him down, still 100 health though, which means he should be fine. He's way too close for NQZ to deal with another. He does well, NQZ, but it's MIBR to take the anti-force.
Well played by Lukowski just to close the gap there and run NQZ down. Not give him too much respect and let him play from behind the pillar and pick and choose his fights, you know, isolating the fights, using the pillar. I like that Lukowski just runs at him. I was pretty nervous for MIBR there. Exit gets completely blinded and he looks very uncomfortable. Remember, like I said already, how much Exit and Safe struggled on that A-bomb side against Bestia. And, I mean, if paiN watched that, then they should realize that's a potential vulnerability here for the CT side in this half. But Drop is the difference maker. He just streams into that A-bomb site and gets a really important double. That just kind of rescues the round back for MIBR.
Mostly a deco here. So, well, I got the opportunity, unless this gets out of hand, let's quickly mention that, of course, couple of things that some viewers will be a little bit confused about. It wouldn't have been necessarily shown on the screen accurately, I suppose. The veto obviously showed Inferno as the decider. That's not the case. Inferno is the map point that's already been won because of the upper bracket default for paiN. So one map hasn't been played. It's just paiN already just having that advantage for doing better in the playoffs. Simple as that.
Yeah, they beat MIBR, right, in that upper bracket final to earn themselves this map advantage.
Indeed. And I think it's thoroughly deserved too. So only maximum 4 maps will actually be played this evening.
Yes. And it goes Anubis, Mirage, Nuke, Vertigo.
Yes, sir. So, Cowes has got his 1 with the Deagle. It was a nice trade, actually, on Lucauzi. He got his 1, but re-swung into the angle. And now just trying to play for these picks, playing these tight angles in mid, trying to get one of these kills that could change the complexion of the round. And Cowes has got in pretty deep here, but NQZ how to hit an amazing shot with Big Azera's help, perhaps. Going to get run down here. There's too many angles to worry about, and Safe actually will get both in the end. Cowes has that advanced position in mid that I mentioned, and it does get himself 1 more kill, which is nice on the eco to get 2 kills, but it's only 2. And MIBR get their clean 3-0.
Another important player to highlight here for MIBR is obviously Exit, the former IGL. He's now been relieved of his duties, so he can focus a lot more on just his crosshair and his role in the team and the job he has in front of him. Not too worried about the team at large and what everybody else is doing, what the bigger picture looks like. And he's looked good mechanically. He's looked really solid. Looks snappy with it. Good first bullet accuracy, some good sprays, and normally towards the top of the scoreboard, actually. So there's definitely been an improvement in his individual level since Drop's taken over as the IGL. And there we go, right on cue.
It's nice when things work out like that.
Doesn't happen often, but when it does, oh man, that dopamine. You know, like when you're watching sport, Trav, you'll get this with like F1 or tennis, and you make a point to, like, let's say your friend that you're watching with, or even have a thought to yourself, and then the commentator says it straight afterwards. You're like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
That happens a lot, and whenever I watch some of that stuff with my mother, she just looks at me and smiles at me as if to say, my son is knowledgeable, and I'm so proud of him. Thank you, Mum. I appreciate that whenever you do it. Safe will manage to remove Cowes, and it gives him a 4 versus 3. That little bit of aggression that you mentioned toward outside A really worked. That canal kill is still proving the difference at the moment. It looks like paiN's choice is to walk all 3 back through the canals and in toward E-Box, but obviously utility is at a premium. They've got enough smokes to make this sort of play happen, but the rotations for MIBR are in good spots, and with no one coming main, Insani is in a great position.
Yeah, you can combine with Drop here. Utility raining in on this B-bomb site right now. Drop trying to force the issue through the smokes. As you say, Insani in a fantastic position, goes completely unaccounted for. And after he's taken the attention, Drop has now pushed through that one side smoke. Oh, he's playing around it as well. NQZ is going to jump to the opposite side just to try and plant the bomb, but Drop has got the audio cue through the smoke, finds one. Lux has taken so much damage, and Insani will finish it off. And, oh, well, MIBR off to a good start here in this grand final.
Yeah, lovely starts. Confident, assertive, making plays, as I said, right? I mean, the pressure is off somewhat when it comes to just them both already making Pro League. That's the main slot they really wanted to go for. Now it's just a bit of extra money on the line, which is always nice, but maybe in this sort of situation it gives you an opportunity to play more free. Maybe go for some plays you wouldn't necessarily go to at other times. Just some good practice in a way to figure out what plays work, especially against a very strong regional rival, especially with the America's RMR coming up, which, as you said, is definitely on both these 2 teams' minds. That nade gets blocked slightly outside B, so it doesn't go in the right spot, but it wouldn't have done any damage anyway. There was no one close enough to take that. Now Drop has got a lot on his plate coming his way from the camera. The nade is superb, though. It does so much more damage, and he teams up with Exit again to do so much. And Drop is refusing to die. He's got help from Insani coming in, and just hiding wins that situation for him to make sure he stays up. 3 kills on the board, and 5-0 confirmed.
Good composure there, multi-kill from Drop, important to make sure they maintain control of the save bomb site. I feel like both these teams are a lock-in for the major, Trav. Surely they're both going to qualify through the RMR, right?
You'd think,
6
wouldn't
spots
you?
up for grabs in the Americas RMR. I think that paiN and MIBR should be featuring in that top 6.
Yeah, there are 7.
And 7? Alright, 7, yeah.
So you've got Liquid Furia, Complexity, I would say, who are probably locks. And then you've got the likes of 9Z, paiN, MIBR, M80, Imperial,
as
Legacy,
well,
Nouns. Even we want to shout out Red Cannons and
Wildcard.
Wildcard.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. I think.
Okay, I guess
too.
not a lock-in guarantee, but they're definitely they're regarded as top 7 coming into the RMR for sure.
Yeah, top 7 seed, I would say. And considering 9Z's form isn't incredible, and you know, like I really think MIBR and paiN are better than both of those. I mean, it just sort of says that by ranking alone. But yeah, I really want to see some of that. I really want to see them prove it. And that was a lovely bit of aggression from NQZ to kind of change the style of the game that's been happening thus far, but Safe responds immediately. That's beautiful. And Insani goes aggressive too. Immediate response.
It's actually really smart because both Safe and Insani realize that there isn't going to be an AWPer posted up on those angles, and those are normally angles you wouldn't peek at the worry of an AWPer being posted there. So I like the way that they do just force the issue after NQZ gets the opening kill A main. And look at this, Lukazi's gone searching. This is incredibly brave. He's going to hear all these footsteps from Snow. Surely, right? I mean, MIB are not really responding, having a look at the minimap right now. They're going to have to rotate across those B-bombs. That should have been quite obvious with the info that Lukazi gets. And now the jig should certainly be up with Big Uzera committing forward. Big kill out of NQZ, but he's now done and out of the round.
Big Uzera knows he's probably got a guaranteed kill here, but actually doesn't decide to go aggressive for it. Just locks himself in the corner in E-box, and Snow's going to play plat. So 2v3, this might be one of those early rounds that would be really important to take, almost a must win. You would think Big Uzera takes his kill against Insani, but you never know with Insani, and that's what I mean! What a swing! Big Uzera had to hit one bullet and he missed it, and then Snow, of course, is out in the open. That was ridiculous. Another triple kill, another big multi-kill from a player on MIBR. It's been Safe, it's been Exit, it's been Drop, now it's Insani again.
It's such a great swing from him as well, because it's not like he just goes in a straight path. He kind of moves in a bit of an unorthodox way, which makes it difficult for Big Uzera to track him, and it's a very wide swing as well, so just goes past the crosshair. Insani is, oh man, watching this guy is just always so enjoyable, so easy on the eye, so ridiculously good at the game that he just makes every round that he's a part of entertaining. And this is I mean, it feels like we've just kind of raced to the 6-0 scoreline for MIBR. That was a round in which paiN had the opening kill. Gonna go for a bit of a half-buy investment here. Galil's and a P250 in play. But they're on the favored side of the map right now, and it absolutely isn't going according to plan.
Yeah, this is still a pretty significant investment as well here with the P250s, the 4 Galils. Brought down low on Lux and Kawes. Realizing that, of course, with full loss bonus at this point, they can buy down a lot, and a plant would guarantee AKs in next on those 2 players who brought down lower, but can even still get Galils. Obviously, it's what makes these sort of streaks ever harder for a CT side when you know you've still got all this weaponry every single round to deal with when you get that full loss. Great bit of initiative taking again from Safe, though. They've not been ready for him going for that bridge peak twice now.
Yeah.
And it works out.
We haven't seen paiN using HE grenades to clear out that bridge smoke, though, and it's a couple times now where we've seen a CT on the opposite side either just holding the smoke or peeking the window. And MIB are going to continue to make plays, but Exit, oh, he just peeks out slightly prematurely there. He catches his teammate's flash. Safe will get a kill back, and Sandy gets a frag of his own, drops the bomb carrier in the process. 30 seconds on the clock. It's just a half-buy from paiN, so we're always giving MIBR the edge here.
Oh, I love
another
that.
Brilliant flash, man. Snow's so low, cooped up in the corner. He will be a dead man.
Oh, God.
The old
Poor
HE
Snow.
doesn't kill him there, by the way.
Fucking
Remember
cowards
when
do.
it was like... Well,
Oh,
that,
hang on.
apparently. Problem
They
is,
just need
there's
to
no
run
time.
away. Run away, run away,
Yeah.
guys. There we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
he
nice for the highlight reel. Actually, not ideal for him to stay alive here. I think he's better off dying and getting the 3400. Okay, the AWP. That works. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, you realize.
But Trav, do you remember with the nades where they would land behind a ledge and then they would do absolutely no damage if the ledge blocked you from the nade? Even
Exactly,
if you were right
Inferno.
on top of it?
Inferno
Oh,
Banana
yeah.
was the worst. Like, so many wouldn't complete kills when they should have. Yeah, but that was a poor old Snowman. I mean, like, he may have a name as cool as ice, but he was in hell there. That was so awkward for him. But just again, testament to how well MIBR are playing and how assertive they're being on the CT side. This is the way you play Anubis CT in the modern meta. You can't just sit back. T-side will own you. That's why it was so T-sided at the beginning. Playing aggressive is what works. And Exit will once again find Bigger Zera. Slow start for the game to the captive paiN.
I mean, it absolutely makes sense on the CT side of this map that it would favor a team like MIBR because they like to be active, they like to take initiative with players like Insani, like Lukowski, Exit as well. They don't want to sit by idly and wait. Well, paiN Gaming, nothing idle about this approach right now. Insani again able to get a kill. He's 9-1 right now. Just seems to be an immovable object on this B-bomb side. Numbers here for paiN right now, but you could say the same for MIBR.
Oh, drop. Almost got a second on Snow as well. That's a 10 HP. If he got that, probably would have been MIBR's round. Safe going for a big flank though. That could be big. He's still got the AK, of course, as well. That's going to help him in this sort of situation. Bomb will go down. But Safe is going to be here pretty sharpishly. Snow still got utility to use. When does he want to use it and where will he use it? A resmoke CT would go a long way and it will get thrown in now. But in comes Safe. He knows where Snow is. He sees the nade trajectory and with NQZ dropping immediately, Snow had to face. Unfortunately, he faced into death. 8-0. What is going on with these streaks in South American ECL over the last 2 days?
It's true, it just doesn't make any sense at all. We've had some incredibly dominant maps. I mean, almost 3 map affairs in all the games, but certainly some dominant maps sprinkled into those series. What a streak coming through from MIBR. And, I mean, this is what you get from MIBR. It's the same as it was on Mirage against Bestia yesterday, when all of the individuals pitch up and pop off. It looks so damn good for them across the board. There is not a weak link on this team. And they're all just doing their job fantastically well right now. Very impressive.
And even more aggression. Been doing it nearly every single round, whether it's toward Canal, outside A, outside B. It's how you should be playing this map, and it's really paying off. Cowes. Okay, here we go. Exit. He's got 2 again outside A. Defending that main position. How good was he yesterday on this map to get MIBR over the line against Bestia? He had so many important moments and multi-kills. And once again, Lukowski is peeking deep over bridge. And he hasn't been spotted this time. And he might just catch paiN in transition all the way through T-spawn. Obviously, he hasn't seen or heard that, so timing will still be an issue. But so much map control and information.
It seems like Big Uzera's kind of realized that there might be a player in a forward position here, and it makes sense because of how many plays MIBR have been making throughout the CT side. And Lukowski's kind of cut the map down the center. Allows for MIBR to remain committed with 2 players over towards this B-bomb site. That's where paiN are headed, still looking for their first round big kill out of NQZ. Will confirm MIBR's suspicions. Insani, they'll know exactly where he is. The fact that it's actually Drop who gets the kill, so at least paiN have the information as to where Drop's positioned. A very doable 2v2 here, one of the best positions that paiN have been in.
Another winnable one, but as you say, best position probably at this point because they're actually both healthy this time.
Yeah.
Safe and Drop. I've got only 1 flash remaining. At least they do have 2 kits available. I'll go in for it now. NQZ on the angle. Had to get it and does, but only just. It's now all down to Safe. He's got the sort of angle near pillar, but I think too much time has been taken here. He's just kind of almost playing for exits at this point. Trying to get the kills, and why not? That actually would be pretty impactful. Going for it and takes it. So, you know what? Everyone's going to go down with the ship, but everyone gets removed, of course, from paiN, and that means that next buy will be Galils again on a few.
Yeah, exactly. So, still some good impact coming through from Safe, just deciding to prioritize going for the kills, giving up the round, knowing there was no chance for him to win the round from there. So paiN are on the board. Good patient approach out of them, keeping it simple. Just walking into that B bomb site. They really caught Insani off guard. They're in the open. They needed a kill out of Insani and then a kill from Drop as well to keep control of the round. And yeah, we can play that game. Guess the team that won the previous round. I'm telling you, it doesn't look like paiN, that's for sure.
Exactly. It was the right decision made by Safe when he lost his teammate, realising that there was no way of winning that in the end. Insani, you're going to be burning pretty quickly here, my friend. That's very awkward, and Bigger has tried to entry his way through main, but Insani still finds one somehow. They use a nade to break up on the smoke, but it doesn't just break the smoke, it breaks Insani as well. paiN have a 4v3. They should be taking this one as well.
Yeah, I think this is just round over. MIBR are going to have to call it a day. A nice change of pace coming through from paiN into that B bomb site, and inadvertently, because Insani takes so much damage to the Incendiary, that's why he falls prey to the nade. If he had more health there, who knows what happens if he stays alive around that smoke grenade. Probably wouldn't have been able to get anything more because he had taken damage from the first player, but we can't say that for sure. So, yeah, it actually does come back to haunt him, that little fumble. 8-2. If paiN can make this 8-4, then they'll feel like they've given themselves a fighting chance. I mean, obviously, it's not an ideal scoreline at all, but just the momentum alone. Like, let's say it's an 8-4 half, but you won the first 4 rounds and then lost 8 in a row and you went down 8-4. That feels like a disastrous 8-4. But if you're down 8-0 and you end the half 8-4, then you're kind of content with that. So it's all about perspective.
Perspective goes a long way.
It's everything.
Everything in moderation.
Except some things. Like Counter-Strike. Then you just absolutely go all in every single time.
You dive into it.
Yeah, exactly.
If there was a pool of Counter-Strike, I'd dive into it.
I'd go swimming, Trav.
I'd go swimming with you.
We should go swimming sometime.
Some incredibly beautiful waterhole in South Africa somewhere, maybe.
Oh, mate, say less. We've got plenty of options here. Go hiking into the mountains, some crystal pools.
Yeah. Just where no crocodiles are there, obviously.
Oh, no, you're good. Don't worry. Crocodiles and hippos are definitely animals you'd be looking to avoid.
Yeah, hippos especially because they're so fast over the ground, aren't they?
They are. They can run like 40 kilometers per hour at their top speed. They are so scary. Either way,
Yeah.
Drop, he is running at paiN a million miles an hour and finds a good opening kill. Relentless from MIBR with this early round aggression.
As scary as a hippo over the ground with water in between you at this point, I think, for paiN. He's been ridiculous. Not any of this Moo Deng stuff. This is terrifying. NQC is already in E-Box. He needs a couple to win a duel, but he's not going to make it happen. Lukowski with the FAMAS does really well until Lux shows what he's made of. Lux has been very quiet. He was our player to watch, and he hasn't really had a moment until right there.
Yeah, what a wonderful double kill entry coming through there from Lux, just blowing the door wide open on this B bomb site. Oh, safe. Would have been spotted on the jiggle though, so information gained here for paiN. And if they can win this round without anybody staying alive for MIBR round, then that's basically 8-4 locked in. Unfortunately, they have kind of been cooped up in towards E-Box. All 3 players here right now. There's no crowd control util for the CT side. Just a single flashbang left remaining. They've been able to deduce where all these players are, forcing the fight. Drop's gotten 2 of the 3 kills. It's only Snow left remaining, desperately fighting back and forth. He's gotten himself the multi, and I don't think there's enough time for the defuse. It's going to be a desperation stick from Safe, but the bomb will explode in his face, and paiN have done it.
Finally, they get some handlehold on one of these mad rounds, right? And Snow does incredibly well. I think he does get a little bit of that youthful exuberance of overcooking at the end by refacing immediately. I guess he had to maybe double check there was no on the defuse. Maybe he was worried that he didn't hear the tap on it or something. If, well, there was so much noise going on with the battles he was having. But either way, there was too little time left in anyway, so he does brilliantly well. Snow pops up with an all-important 2-piece to take 3 for paiN. And there's a good chance at 4, considering the buy that MIBR have for this final round of the half. And they desperately need that 4.
Yeah.
Because going on to the CT side, it could be a long way back.
I think MIBR need a 9th here. I mean, obviously, they'll still be very happy with 8-4, but it's because they got 8 in the first 8. If it ends 8-4, Probably feel like they've just left the door slightly ajar there for paiN. Can shut this one out at 9-3, I reckon. Haven't seen this at all from paiN throughout their T side, just prodding in towards middle, taking contact, and now they run into A, but look at the setup from the CT side.
A lot to deal with. Carres gets his one. Nukalzi will respond, but the MP9 of Insanity is still here. That's such an important kill on Figazera. He is so stuck, though. And you know what? He does incredible work to do so much damage to Snow.
Yeah.
It actually sets up Safe for a 1 versus 2, but of course he's got no kit. Needs his kill immediately, and it's whiffy on NQZ. It's all Snow. There's more than enough time to figure this one out. Even kitless with Snow 8 HP. Reload will come through. There's a Molotov available. Or if he just throws this and then commits to a tap or even a hold, Snow might have to peek through it, and he can't go anywhere near it on the 8 HP, but it's not deep enough, that Molotov. It might be awkward, and he almost costs Safe. But he hits that 1 bullet required, will get the 10-second defuse, and Safe completes a 15-3 half for MIBR. Looking incredibly good to even up this best of 5 1-1. We'll see if they can complete it after a quick break.
Somewhat of a recovery there at the tail end of the first half for paiN Gaming. Down 8-0, they make it 9-3. There isn't really any world in which 3 rounds on the T side should be enough. If they can win the pistol and convert, then maybe there's a conversation to be had. But MIBR right now, as it stands, in complete control.
And now on that favoured side, can they get this one done and negate that upper bracket advantage that paiN Gaming have and get us even at 1 each and basically take us from a best of 5 to a best of 3?
That would be the name of the game. moved in towards mid here for MIBR. I actually saw a similar pistol round out of them yesterday where they committed all the way around through CT into B, and I think they're faking as though they're doing the same pistol round here again. Look at Big Zero, how worried he is about CT right now, but it's going to be a change up from MIBR. This time they group up and go through cameras.
I think you see that smoke probably should change their minds, honestly. If you go through that, you're walking straight into dualies with 30 bullets and complete destruction, you would think. And again, as you mentioned, the fact we've got 3 sets of dualies on paiN, that definitely would be a crossfire to shiver at. But MIBR taking it slow. They didn't need to rush. Sure, they've used their util, but they've still got everyone intact, which is all that matters, and they can group up and go for something a little bit different. It's outside A main, and right now, that is the perfect call.
Right, well, 5 versus 2 now on the same bomb side. As you say, it is a better call. The lesser of 2 evils as they push into the slightly weaker bomb side. NQZ does his damnedest. 2 pistols, 2 kills. You don't mind that as MIBR, though, trading evenly, getting full side control. Lukazi closes the gap. Insanity kills. Another one coming through from cameras. Lukazi tries to finish off the job, and they give up the fight to Kawes. He's pipped 2 of them down. Doesn't know where Safe is for a fact, but he clearly has an inclination. He's going to fake the reload out, but Safe is quicker than Kawes is when he pulls the pistol back out, and MIBR secure the pistol.
That's actually not even a bad play by Kawes, right? Like, just the lack of info that you had on Safe's position, that was a fine thing to do to try and lure him out. It absolutely did that. Safe just has his brain switched on. And he's had his brain switched on the entire game, really. 17-3 he is now. And it's not the first time we've seen a ridiculous map from him, actually, on Anubis. There was one it might have been at Pro League, I can't remember, but I saw one from him where it was like 24-2 or something insane. I thought it could even be a record-breaking map, but petered out at the end. Either way, what matters is that he's been a very big factor in MIBR's control of Anubis. Going for those mid picks on CT side with the AWP. Over bridge. Reading the pistol for his team again. And now, with paiN on this full eco, it should be MIBR 11 and paiN just committing to go for the full buy when they absolutely have to win it.
It's going to require a ridiculous effort if they are going to be able to fight back. I mean, they had the buffer of that 1-0, the map advantage coming into this grand final, but that's very quickly going to be eviscerated if MIBR can finish off the job here. And then we go to Mirage next, which we saw paiN look incredible on yesterday against Bestia. And then it's Nuke afterwards, which has been arguably MIBR's best map. So, paiN Gaming gonna have to wake up here and pitch up in this grand final, Trav.
For sure. Proper execute here from MIBR, I like this. Not leaving too little time left on the clock as well. Still 30 seconds to clear up the site properly with all the utility, even though they know they've got probably either a stack or a low buy to go up against. Turns out it's a full eco, so there's no worries here. And paiN's gamble will not work out. We could even see a unicorn around here, but all 10 players stay alive. There's no reason for paiN to go searching necessarily, because I don't really think they want to give up Mac 10 money to MIBR.
Yeah, Drop should give himself some license to go hunting for sure. 11-3 though. I mean, it's just looked so good across the board from MIBR. And again, you know, when they dominated Bestia on Mirage, it's not like there was a player who was 25 for 5 at the end of the map, right? It was, I think the highest fragger had what, 16 kills on the map, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just speaking off memory. I'll have to go back and check that factually. But the point I'm making here is it was a really well-rounded team performance where all the individuals pitched up. And it was on Nuke, excuse me, not Mirage. I keep saying okay. Mirage, don't I? Wait, no, I'm lying. It was Mirage where they beat Bestia 13-1. Right, Trav? Right, Trav? Right, it was.
I'm just going to let you figure it out yourself, because you deserve to feel right. All by
like
yourself.
I said, the top fragger in that 13-1 win was 15 kills.
Yeah.
So it's just such a well-rounded performance across the board here from MIBR, and that's what we're seeing on Anubis as well.
Yeah, to be fair, I think is obviously a very good sign when everything is working well, the system works well. It's not like a singular camp performance. Sure, you can say for 17-3, but everyone's had their moment for MIBR, especially on their CT side. So yeah, we could be about to negate that upper bracket advantage that paiN had in double quick time. We might even have a long night on our hands.
I'm here for it, got no way to be but here. This is
Yes,
where
sir.
I'm meant to be. And I am hoping for a hell of a grand final between two of the region's best. What do you got in store for us, paiN Gaming? A must-win gun round, first gun round of the second half, and they have got all the pressure on their shoulders on Anubis right now. As for MIBR, they've got so much room to play with, but they're going to want to get this done as soon as possible.
Incendiaries are good timing. There also is a resmoke on Kawez 2 on the opposite side of the map, so whatever MIBR go for here could be balked, could be stopped by utility. Kawez has still got hold of that smoke. That could be huge. Don't be worried about camera. Drop goes for a sort of fake play. He's just leaping in with the MAC-10 to maybe give paiN a bit of a question mark on what's going on. And Kawez is still watching toward camera with some noise being made by Lucalzi in mid. It completely catches him off guard. They had no clue that was coming. The setup was not ready for it whatsoever at that late time in the round. And MIBR, they're looking super good here.
And to add insult to injury, Lucalzi is hunting them down, knows exactly where Lux is. Can just toy with them, give some time to his teammates to rotate across here and try and deny Lux to saving his gun. And there we go. Safe will come through, as you say, a perfectly worked round there from MIBR, catching the defense off guard. They get themselves up to map points and on the brink of already negating that map advantage coming into the grand final.
That was so cheeky from Drop as well at that time in the round. Then for Exit to get his entry with the MAC-10 too. Still having those SMGs in play and still making them work with the perfect call. That's what we want to see from this MIBR team. That's what makes them exciting. paiN is a fantastic litmus test for the RMR. So we're being uber careful there with the MP9 in case he gets sprayed through it before he refaced. That's what paiN have, man. It is 4 MP9s and the 1 M4, and that 1 M4, just to add insult to injury, is down to 43 already. If Lux is near a teammate, which he is, I'm sure he'd actually prefer to give that over to someone, but hasn't been swapped for just yet.
If paiN can kind of delay the inevitable for a little bit longer. Oh my goodness. That was brazen. Little jump spot there, and Sandy catches a glimpse. Just poking and prodding in towards mid right now, pressuring the defense, forcing them back a little bit, depriving them of info, and then from there, grouping up. Gonna start to congregate around this B-bomb site.
Late round, another late play for MIBR, but they've all worked so far. NQZ is finally going searching. He might be able to get 1 for free, but I doubt 2 with the MP9 from here. 16 seconds for the plant. It is a bit awkward now. And Safe actually is surviving on 3 HP at the moment. Big as ever has got 2 though.
There we go.
There we go. Finally, our hold is working out here. They have no time for this plant. 6 seconds. They just want to try and stay alive, and that might not be possible either. Exit's been spotted out. At least Drop goes down, so he won't die after the time. And actually, Exit won't either, I believe. Or did he? Was that right on the edge? He's got 1900 in the bank only.
It's tough to tell. That was
so close.
It's tough to tell, because I'm not sure how much money he had actually coming into the round itself. Would have got 1400 here anyway, so it's not like there's an ironclad way of telling. But anyway, still a very good round coming through from paiN, able to lock down the defense on that B-bomb side. You know, playing for info gets them ahead of the round as well. They get a very good idea of what's going to be coming their way, so they're able to set up accordingly. And then a good multi-kill coming through from the captain, some much-needed success. But look at this from MIBR, not going to be pulling any punches coming into this next round. Drop. How's he been able to get that kill at range? And then I'm pretty sure he gets the assist there as well. We just don't see it in the feed because of the flash. I don't know. Anyway, no time to dwell on that. paiN have a quick response here.
Damage is significant, and they know that default bomb plant is coming in that smoke, so there's lots of positions that are sort of known about, especially with the low HP. So paiN is still in this, but it could easily fall apart right here. Bigger Zero and Kawes have the 2 kits. There's MQZ getting that kill on drop. Mikauza though will deliver and exits Big Super cheeky, lurking around mid still and drops behind Bigger Zera. How will you ever predict that? Exit and Lukowski looking to deal with Kawes, and they will absolutely do that. What a map from MIBR. They've just turned this best of 5 into a best of 3.
Yeah, and it's not like they've had to expend much energy either doing it, right? So it's not like that was a really grindy win for them only to level up the scoreline here. They'll feel like that was quite a breezy victory for MIBR. I mean, it did look pretty easy for the most part, going up 8-0, 9-3 in the first half, and then really just losing the one round in the second, immediately reverting back to the rush after they lose that round and just demolishing the defense on the B bomb site. So paiN are going to be feeling the pressure at the end of that. You know, I spoke about how pressure could be something that gets to this team with a few younger players on the roster, like Snow, like Lux, like Kawes, you know, slightly less experienced players, and maybe the way to the grand final is affecting them a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think at the end of the day, the main thing that wins that game for MIBR is how proactive they were on CT. I mean, it was nearly every single round, and that's the way you play Anubis on CT these days. You don't just sit back. If you let the T's get mid control, they can choose whatever site they want to go to. If you let them get main control, they can, you know, catch you off before your rotations are anywhere near, and that obviously puts you on the back foot pretty quickly. So to sort of play as proactive as they did. Aggressive outside A, aggressive outside B, safe going for multiple picks on bridge to catch a player rotating in canals. They read the play brilliantly that entire half, and they deserve to be even.
Yeah, right there with you. It was a very successful CT side, and it just looked similar to the CT side we saw yesterday on Mirage against Bestia. We saw Insania and Lukowski very active in middle, you know, drop fighting apartments as well, and clearly that style translated well into Anubis, and it makes sense because you have to be comfortable taking initiative and being proactive on your CT side of Anubis, and they did very well in that regard. So Trav, that means we have a 1-1 scoreline now in this best of 5. The slate has been made even, which means Mirage is going to be for the lead, and actually to get one map away from winning the grand final, right? So we get a quick check-in with Lux.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't obviously a great performance. It's not what we really know and love from him. He had, I think, one round where the was a really impactful multi-kill, but you can't pick on him because every single player on paiN never really sort of got going, and it was all MIBR in that particular matchup. So we will see how he manages to bounce back for paiN on Mirage, like you say, and this one should be really fascinating because, as you say, it really puts one team on the brink in the BO5. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that will go. But first, a few ads. MIBR turned this best-of-5 grand final into a best-of-3 after a brilliant performance on Anubis, negating that 1-0 advantage paiN had, of course, from the upper bracket in the playoffs. And now I'm really looking forward to seeing where Mirage goes, because there's a lot on the line here. The winner of this map gets one more closer to that title.
Yeah, whoever wins this, essentially he goes into the next map. They've got 2 chances to finish off the grand final, right? 2 opportunities. So certainly does get you in the pole position, gets you in a very good spot to be crowned as the champions for ECL Season 48 here in South America. Get that extra, I think it's like $8,000 bragging rights, you know, some good form going into the RMR as well. Probably way in the back of their minds that these 2 teams do play against each other in the RMR. Whoever wins this series would feel like they maybe have a bit of an upper hand coming into that matchup. So it's not like there's nothing to play for in this series, of course.
Yeah, obviously it's bragging rights, a little bit of extra money. It's sort of almost like a feel out of between these 2 teams as well. Gives a good litmus test for the RMR, like you say. I think for me, paiN have probably done enough internationally, and I've had more sort of decent results with this lineup to sort of tell me that they should be the favourites for this final and the favourites in when it really going gets tough at the RMR, because MIBR have not had the maybe I've not had the reps yet, really, with Lucalzi, but that is a great rep. They've got their first big rep, I feel like, with how decent that performance was on map 1.
Yeah, it looked incredibly good just across the board. It's not like it was 1 or 2 players who popped off for MIBR that won them that map. It was a well-rounded team performance. As we're going to be getting into the game here, we're going to Mirage next. Last time these 2 teams played against each other on Mirage was just a couple days ago in the upper bracket semi-final. That was one upper bracket final, rather. That was won by paiN 13-7, Trav. Let's see what Mirage has in store for us this time round.
Plenty of utility for paiN. We've got 4 flashes, actually, and a double smoke. That kind of lends it to the idea of maybe a smoke, jungle, and stairs. Pop your other teammates into CT. But right now, it's very different. We've got a default setup for paiN on the pistol. 1 watching mid, 2 in apps. Those flashes are going to be sent over the apartments right now, but there is a bit of a bait with that bomb in Palace. So actually really interesting. Not one sort of a strat you see too often on a T pistol, but Lucalzi, Exit, and Safe have not budged from this position. They are very ready. Until now.
Oh man, they're kind of second guessing themselves. Exiting towards Sandwich, steps out and can't connect on the instant shot. Eventually, Lucalzi will be able to get it together to find a frag of his own, restore that man advantage. Lots going on. Lucalzi doubles down, and this is where the pitfalls of the big split, the big fake, come into effect, because the players going A have both died, and the fakers now have to try and find a way back into the bomb site.
Yeah, there's no control whatsoever. And something that's a good timing pick as well. Poor Lux, he gets caught just as he hops off the mid railing, and Safe will deal with NQZ comfortably. You know, sometimes I do feel like that, you know, teams are prone to overcooking in certain pistols. I really think they maybe won't have necessarily won it. Obviously, you never really know. It's for an alternate universe, not this one. But if they just smoked jungle and stairs and flashed their way into CT and took it aggressively with all 5, there's a good chance they at least get a plant.
Yeah, probably would have been a better option for them, but they were going for a very elaborate approach in the pistol round. Lucalzi and Insani, Trav, the 2 chief destroyers for MIBR, been able to open up strong here on the second map as well. 2 players you're certainly going to be watching the closest here on a map like Mirage. They were very active against Bestie on this map yesterday. Were those 2 players in towards mid? Very happy to fight mid throughout the round, fighting lowers as well regularly. Insani, oh, yeah, that's brave, and decides against committing to that fight wisely. So cheerleader stack in lowers is best avoided.
Yeah, no reason to get too greedy for those ecos, but with Drop having the MP9 and knowing what his teammates just seen, he's in a good position to look for it. He goes in for it and sees all 5. And to be fair, getting 2 is really not bad when that happens. So, fair enough. MP9 stolen. Smoke stolen. And,
round?
I think. Round. A plant
Not
could be stolen. Save.
Didn't see the round.
Oh, he's denied it. Unlucky.
Okay, all works out for MIBR. A couple casualties, though, at least. will be something that paiN can take away from the round as we get into the first gun round. Now, when they did play on Mirage against each other a couple days ago in that upper bracket final, it was a CT side start for MIBR, and they went down 7-5 on the half. So we're going to be looking to see if they can improve those numbers this time round. We'll see a lot of this. Lucazi very happy to be on the front lines.
Did this yesterday a couple of times, playing close to that top mid smoke. Obviously, we're seeing that top mid smoke being used a lot more in recent times, I feel like, on this map. Window smoke, the immediate one, not thrown as often. Lux realizes that could be a possibility and does try and pre-aim that, but Lucazi gets his one, and as soon as Big Azera goes in for the trade, there's more players to help out thanks to Insani. Makes sure the 4v3 remains intact.
Oh, Exit, yeah, just kind of steps out there, catches Power, is completely blind. Doesn't have to continue to commit here. Just staying alive will be enough, and he's got his teammates to help him out and make sure that they can't, or that the T's can't cross onto the bomb site. Oh man, really no great options left here for paiN in the 2 versus 4. Snow will go back to recover the bomb. NQZ has to find a way into the round here. Now they know exactly where he is.
MIBR with that bonus buy technically still with the exit MP9. Would be a fantastic start again, and paiN have really not had a proper handhold in this entire series yet thus far, and they need it. They need something early doors. I don't think it's going to be coming in this round. NQZ has got an advanced position, but there's the MP9 again, and there were just every single angle being held was safe. Jumping up on ticket box, lovely kill to take, long range, and the 3-0 is confirmed.
Yeah, that duo of Insani and Lucazi in towards mid, I'll continue to highlight them because they really are just the engine of this MIBR CT side. And I mean, of course, we know that Mirage has been a really rough map for MIBR in recent times. Not only have they been losing it most of the time, but it's been pretty one-sided losses that they've been suffering as well. But it feels like it's just a matter of time before they're actually able to find a framework that actually works for them, especially on the CT side. Find a way for Lucazi and Insani to both be comfortable on this defensive half. And once they do, once they actually get that recipe, then this team will be seriously cooking on Mirage. Calling it now, Trav. I'm calling the stocks while I'm buying the stocks while they're low.
Let's go. Pistols of making their way into the site. There's some gaps in the smokes to work with, and a plant could be possible, but Exit knows it could be a default one. He tries to pop some holes in the smoke to see where that plant is, and actually, that cost him his life as Kawes pops up from Palace. So now the rotation needs to be thick and fast, and Sunny is 4 HP from his kill earlier. Safe was already going to right-click a smoke onto the bomb and maybe hop onto it. Let's go. Pistols of making their way into the site. There's some gaps in the smokes to work with, and a plant could be possible, but Exit knows it could be a default one. He tries to pop some holes in the smoke to see where that plant is, and actually, that cost him his life as Kawes pops up from Palace. So now the rotation needs to be thick and fast, and Sunny is 4 HP from his kill earlier. Safe was already going to right-click a smoke onto the bomb and maybe hop onto it as he's got a defuse kit, of course. Drop is looking for that Palace angle. It is an off angle. Now they realise it, and Sunny does still get 1 kill on low HP. But there's still no one on that defuse yet. It was only a tap. And it's a 2v2 now. Lux has picked up an AK and all this madness, and he'll help out against Safe. And now it's only Lucazi, and he's not close enough to do anything. This could be the round that gets paiN up and running in this series.
Okay, well, it works out very well for them, just surging into the A-bomb site. I love how they decide to fight for jungle control as well in the post plant. They don't just try and sit on the site and play from Palace and Ramp. They fight forward in the post plant, and that gives them a whole lot more space to work with and makes it a lot more difficult for MIBR on the retake. Who was the first player who comes through CT who was looking Palace and then didn't spot the stairs player? Was that Drop? Do you remember?
I did. Well, Drop was in Palace at the end, I'm pretty sure.
No, the CT player who was retaking from CT and then died at triple. Anyway, the point is that he didn't actually spot the player stairs. He saw him on his screen, but didn't actually spot him, right? So that would have been a free frag that doesn't come through, and that's because the Palace player for paiN just gets in on the fight at the perfect time.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And I think, you know, Exit, what he did behind those that jungle and stairs smoke as well, right? I don't think it was even necessarily a bad thing to try and pop a few holes in the smoke to see where that bomb is being planted, see if it was a committal. And obviously it was inverse default, so yeah, it could have easily been a spray through that to deny it, but he gets caught and it kind of spiraled from there. Even though the fight back was quick, it wasn't quick enough. The boost in ladder finally gets done for safe. But paiN have got an all-important round on a half-buy, which definitely helps their economy, as it always does. And NQZ, an opening pick with a lovely boost top mid.
Okay, well, we're really yet to actually see paiN get going in this grand final, right? We're yet to see them find momentum and get into their groove. But this could be the start of it. If they can win a consecutive set of rounds here, that would break the CT side economy, and then paiN would have a good chance to get the lead. Let's see if they can capitalize on this opening kill. Gun barrel will certainly be spotted, so Lux can now go searching. Not ideal having to commit to the wallbang, so Save can actually get out of dodge. He's afforded his life. He should never have been alive.
Blind it up, and he actually decides just to spray wildly. He died with either decision, whether he hid or whether he decided to shoot. And that is a great round for paiN. Not just to win that previous on a half investment, but to win this one with 5 alive. Suddenly their bank will bulge on Snow and Lux especially. And Lucalzi might not even be allowed to save. He's going all the way around the back here, and NQZ will remove it. That is paiN getting involved in this one. And about time.
Yeah, welcome to the grand final, boys. Good to have you. Thank you for joining us. And this is where the frailties of MIBR's Mirage could seriously start to become exposed. Because we saw when things worked, it looked really good against Bestia yesterday on their CT side. But Trav, what happens when Lucalzi and Insani aren't just able to dominate middle? Do MIBR have fallback options? I mean, probably not, right? So if paiN can kind of break what's worked well for MIBR initially with the mid control, then we're going to have to wait and see if MIBR do have any depth to the CT side.
There should be a freebie as well. USP's in play. Site cleared, they stacked A, they're now pushing ramp, and that might be very much heard by Bigazera at some point. Going to trample their way through there. Held. So paiN are in the game, and that bodes well for this map. Lux looking to maybe deal some more damage here, actually. There's a lovely first on safe. Bigazera's help with his goofy view model. But you know what? He makes it work for free.
I mean, he's old enough to kind of maybe use the excuse of the Quake view model. So we kind of give him a pass. Who was the younger player who was using that really middle of the screen view model? I can't remember. It was some like 19-year-olds. Like, man, just use a normal view model. You never used to use it growing up.
TMB has one that's even worse.
I actually think it was TMB. I think that because he's only 22 years old. You're right. It was TMB who I was calling out once.
There you go. Sorry, TMB. I'm sure you're probably not watching this game, but if you are, no offense.
Yeah, he caught a stray. He just caught a hell of a stray.
He did.
Cross-continental stray.
Oh, God. Sorry, TMB. You're a great player, just your V-model sucks.
Yeah. Hopefully you can stay in a team. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm joking.
Guys.
I'm joking.
Big round here. Scoreline leveled up. Pressure starts to mount for MIBR for the first time in the series.
Oh, safe. That's not the first time he's gone for something like that over the last couple of days. He's very often been boosted into ladder to go for a pick from that position into mid. And NQZ is very aware of that, and it was trained in on that position and gets the reward. Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Drop is... I don't know if he's lucky to be alive or unlucky not to get a kill there. Or maybe both can exist in the same time. And after paiN do get that opening kill, they're now going to shift themselves in towards the safe bomb site. But MIBR have kind of caught wind of this. Not do a huge amount with the smoke grenades in play here. And Sanny's just looking for the gap to play on the edge of the smoke. I hate that this is a thing in CS2. This should not exist. Well, and Sanny won't be able to capitalize. And actually a great job of killing Exit on the bomb site.
Oh, Cowes as well. I mean, he's already ahead of the game. He knows that MIBR have been forced away here. I might even catch them before they fall back in toward under. No, it's a good watch by Insanity as they try and save. But the money will just swell ever further for paiN. This instant rebuttal has been brilliant. And obviously, with that money swelling, they can hunt. Maybe try and remove some of these guns from the equation. Insanity will be left in apps. You've got drop. Sort of trying to hold as much of the map as possible on that off angle he's in right now. Yukauzi needs to make sure he doesn't jiggle too wide, otherwise he could get caught. Good HE. Doesn't need to peek to help at some point, you would think. Bigazero going to give this one a glance. There's the kill. Yukauzi gets his one and just takes Snow before the round ends. Last tick of the round. And of course, that doesn't matter for Snow. He had so much money. So, good attempt. But Yukauzi stays up and it gives MIBR something to work with in this following round. I don't think they're going to invest fully, but still got the AWP and the M4.
This is looking good. I mean, this little resurgence here from paiN Gaming will certainly just settle the nerves if there were any, especially on the younger players, now that they're able to get into the grand final, go through the motions, win some consecutive rounds, feel like they're on the server. They've got themselves a lead here for the first time in the grand final. paiN have their noses in front. They should be able to extend it then more than just their noses here with the weapons they're going to be playing against. Of course, a couple of guns carried over, but still going to be an eco round for the CT side. A save round. I feel like Vertigo could be such a disgusting decider in this grand final as well. Oh my goodness, it would be chaos if we do finish up on Vertigo.
I mean, we know, everyone knows how the community feels about that map still being in the pool in its current state, and the pros feel the same.
I don't even mean bad when I say disgusting. I just mean it's going to be, it's who knows what we're in store for. Vertigo's been very messy lately either way.
Oh.
Okay, that's perfect for MIBR to open up with the sort of half investment, guns being carried over, but there's an immediate response from paiN. They go down 5v3, you blink, and they get 4 kills back in return, and they know exactly where the remaining member is for MIBR.
That was, I think, the fastest turnaround I've seen for that sort of situation in a long time. Probably as fast as you could possibly have. That was the immediate bounce back. It's always some of those rounds that can be the most scary when there's a couple of weapons still in play and some 5.7s and the like. And wow. Streak intact. 5 in a row.
Yeah, good composure to hold their nerve in that situation after they lost those 2 players initially. 5-3, as you say, all the rounds here for paiN coming in a row. Not like paiN have been doing anything particularly special in these rounds that they're winning either. It feels like there's always some presence in towards mid. They've done very well to find an opening pick in middle. And then from there, just group up and walk into the A bomb site as a unit. You know, abuse the fact they've got that numbers advantage. So MIBR either need to have more success in middle and stop giving up that opening kill, or they need to find a better way of defending the bomb sites once that hit comes on later in the round.
Save going for his pick. Thankfully there's a top mid smoke in play, but Lux just knows his angles. That is ridiculous. It's the most common position in basically the entirety of Counter-Strike, I feel like, to pre-aim almost, but that was still very accurate. Just caught an edge and dealt with safe. beautifully, but he does go down straight away. Bigazera is still fighting top mid. Lucalzi closing him down. Doesn't want to face too far because he's worried about a player being in TV. And Bigazera, he doesn't just tank the nade, he also removes him as well. That's dirty from paiN's captain, and that's more of the Bigazera we know can deliver on this team individually.
Still a chance here for MIBR, despite the fact that they were down by a man, because they've been able to keep both their players over towards the side of the map where the teams are currently headed. Bomb carrier's been dropped. NQZ on the front lines with his AWP has had drop killed for him by his captain. It's only Exit left remaining. 1 versus 2. They'll know he's the A anchor. Bigazera, oh, gonna get caught on the cross. Nice snappy shot there from Exit. NQZ with the AWP. How does he go about his business in the clutch? Looks like he just wants to step into the angle with his AWP and backs himself. He hits the shot and wins the round for his team.
That's one way to go about it when you're feeling confident. Just go for the pick, and you can't really argue with that when that's the outcome. There's a little battle back in the round. There's the opening from Lux that I mentioned. Lucalzi will be beside himself that he doesn't manage to deal with Bigazera, but in the end, a nice little flick up from Exit, collecting that one bullet he needed. And QZ trading that back.
Yeah. You know, Trav, I will say, that doesn't look anything like the Lucalzi I've come to know and love. Like,
yeah,
going for a nade kill when he knows he's basically got Bigazera dead to right. Like, where's the confidence in the swing? Just go for the gunfight.
He didn't want to cross TV to kill him. Like, I do understand that one.
Even just hold the angle, I think. I don't know, man. It just kind of felt like a little bit of a cop-out for me. Like, I get what you're saying. I didn't really think about the TV angle, but just seemed a bit timid from someone like Lucalzi.
I completely agree with you. Like, obviously, it's very easy for us to sort of read into a mentality. But, yeah, I think it is very interesting. That sort of thing comes through. Lux going to deal with Insanity in this following round as well. NQZ found Lucalzi. This was a full purchase of MIBR. It's been deleted once again. Great stuff from paiN. They've run riot ever since there was 0-3 down.
They're making it look easier and easier as these rounds are going on as well. Finally a frag back for safe, but it's just a consolation kill. Certainly not going to be affecting the outcome of the round. That is now 7 in a row. And they've been dominant rounds for paiN as well. I mean, maybe been a few close rounds, but never any situations besides the previous clutch attempt from Exit where it felt like MIBR were really even in the round.
It's felt like that, hasn't it? And paiN should be praised for it. Yeah, I just think about that Lucalzi thing in the air a little bit more. Like, obviously, it's very easy for us to think about players' sort of mindsets and personalities in particular positions. I really do think that one actually did just boil down to the fact they didn't have info if someone was still holding from TV or even from little door position, right, as well. Like, obviously, maybe logic could dictate there isn't someone there to help Bigazera. So why is he desperately fighting alone like he is? If there's two, they should be dealing with it together rather than just leaving Bigazera all by himself. But, yeah, it's an interesting read in that situation. It's always ones you can have a discussion about.
Yeah, I mean, difficult obviously to tell exactly what's going on, but we do have to kind of speculate.
And we're not in the team speak, all we have to do is read it.
That's it. Make inferences.
Yeah, that's what
and
we're
assumptions,
here for.
Trav. Love making an ass out of you and me.
Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last.
Oh, guaranteed not the last. That's easy to say. Last time, these two teams, like I said, played on Mirage. It was a 5-3 half, and paiN won that map 13-7.
5-3?
5-7. 5-7.
There we go.
Yeah, got there eventually. Not playing MR8 just yet, but but it was 7-5 on that occasion. That's the best that MIBR could get out of the half from here. Let's see, can they find a way to defend this A bomb site? Not when Lux is hitting shots like that.
Oh, couldn't react to the stairs angle though. Thankfully Snow is there to trade it and knows the second player had traversed his way back into jungle. Tries to hit a transfer and to catch it, but won't. And will break it open. Reaction from Lucalzi. Probably should have gone down there. 2 health to spare. And Bigazera still lurking around in under. Safe is actually going to give this one a look, but he's mostly checking mid, not under. And now he's going to get completely caught off guard. And with Lucalzi 2 HP, MIBR might be forced to save again here.
Oh my goodness, I mean, this map has just not at all gone according to plan for the team who bossed the previous. And they started off strong. Probably would have been a good boost of confidence for them with the start that they had to Mirage. But it's completely fallen apart since then. And again, it's just a really well-rounded performance across the board from paiN. Not like there's any one player who's popping off having a ridiculously great game, you know, getting 20 kills in the first half or anything like that. Nobody even has double digits, and this is the 11th round. Howes denies drop carrying his gun over. Lukowski will be afforded his life, but I mean, 8's already a fantastic return for paiN in this first half.
Something about ESL Challenger League South America over the last 2 days and ridiculous streaks. We saw 2 13-1s go either way last night with MIBR versus Bestia. And this one isn't as wild as that, but Anubis got out of hand pretty quickly, and this one, MIBR, is going the opposite way.
Yeah, it is wild and wacky. Something in the air in South America at the moment with these incredibly dominant maps, and it's not the way you'd expect them to be super dominant either. You know, it's maps that sometimes teams have struggled on that they're dominating. Anyway, last round of this first half. Can MIBR recover a fourth, or are we in store for back-to-back 9-3 halves in this grand final?
So worried about getting pinched from that underpass position, so actually choose to smoke it off while he fights, but Lux has already destroyed Insani, and NQZ catches safe while he wasn't even ready for a duel. Once again, paiN getting off to a good start in a round. The only good start that MIBR I've had in a round recently was that sort of half investment with the saved weapons, and that got deleted immediately.
Literally 4 kills came through straight afterwards. Straight after they got there too. But again, how consistently have paiN been finding these opening kills in middle? I feel like it's just been round in and round out throughout the entirety of the half. And then from there, it's the same protocol. Opening kills in middle, group up, go A. This has been the theme of the half. And MIBR still kind of have read into this. The problem is, both the MP9s are on the same bomb site. So sure, it's great that drops in CT, but he's basically just a flash machine, right? He's got a flash lined up here for Exit to swing off of. It's going to have to be a brilliant flash. It does come through. Exit decides to stay bunkered down in his smoke grenade right now. Drop is dead. They'll know that Exit is here. The smoke is going to come from nowhere. He follows suit. And Lukowski surely not long for this world either. Should be a matter of time. Snow doesn't look like he's considering this right now, but it shouldn't really matter. It's not like Lukowski's got a kiss and Snow will check the entire way through to lock in the first half. 9-3 all the rounds coming in a row. Surely that's enough to get the job done here on Mirage.
paiN well on their way to an instant rebuttal and bounce back from Anubis, and to get a 2-1 lead in this best of 5. And that very much closer to that title of champions for this season of ECL South America. MIBR need this pistol, and they've got 3 flashes, make it 4, spread across the team, and 2 smokes to try and make it happen.
Goes without saying, Trav, that this is a must-win pistol round for MIBR, and they're going to be heading in towards the B bomb site. So Flux is here with the Julies right now. He will still be able to draw blood. First frag found anything more? Unfortunately not, but at least he's bought some time for the rotation. But the first responder, Snow's had his bell rung. Oh, he's a dead man here. What? How Snow gotten a kill there before he actually goes down. That's bought some more time, and they're going to go searching RBTs. Drop with a brilliant double, though. Should have put the final nail in the coffin for the round.
Bigger Zera, P2000, no armor. That's what makes it so painful. Safe. Backside, Lukowski near empty pillar. Bigger Zera, I think, has been told by a teammate he spotted one quickly there. Didn't react to it straight away, then did. Jump spot easily should come through. And there we go. Safe sees with the way the blood comes off his body. There's no armor in play. And just spams him down. So something to work with for MIBR. I don't think paiN will be going for anything too ridiculous here. They're force buying, whatever. Why do I talk? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And they're going to buy up scouts, MP9s, Deagles, 5.7s to try and hit straight back.
Yeah, I guess they want to try and put this map away as quickly as they possibly can, but kind of gives MIBR maybe a bit of a sniff if they can win against the Force 9-5 and Eco 9-6. And then all eyes on that first gun round. Let's see. I'm still waiting for the Lukowski show here in an MIBR jersey. We know in Fluxo he did it on the regular. He was box office day in and day out in Fluxo.
Yeah. I like the setup that paiN have here. We got Kowers and Bigger Zera close ramp. Bigger Zera just jiggle peeking while Kowers has the close angle. NQZ is rotating back to ticket now to watch toward Con, so Bigger Zera doesn't get caught in the back. And this setup could have some work to do here. Minute to go. MIBR are planning, just waiting to see if paiN Gaming go looking for something. And MIBR don't really have any intel whatsoever on what paiN is set up with here, so it could be awkward, and there we go. MP9 gets the first kill. This smoke does isolate Kowers though, so Drop gets a free kill in response. But Bigger Zera is now retaking that close ramp position. Lukowski about to peek from Palace, but he's got so many players to worry about, but they're all coming his way. Lukowski and instead he will get a couple. NQZ was set up in CT, and he does take one with the scout. Lukowski just faces CT straight up with 29 HP. That's not advisable. Up against that cheeky scout, and Lux, oh, he's not going to be able to do anything from Con though. It is now all NQZ, and he's stuck behind the jungle smoke. He might just choose to shift through it, but he needs a ridiculous headshot, and it's going to be dropped to take that instead. MIBR deal with the force.
Okay, I mean, it certainly did get very shaky there with Kowers. That bait and switch setup, Ramp getting the first kill. I didn't really back the decision to hang around Ramp after he gets the kill. He could have gone back through the smoke into the A bomb site, because once the T's know you're there, they're just going to pre-fire you on the swing. And you're always going to struggle, especially with them having that MP9. So I think he kind of missed a trick a little bit there. Nice effort from NQZ to try and recover the round, but there was just too much work to be done. And I like that Safe even pursues the connector player. Doesn't just let him get away. Because whoever that connector player was for paiN, he was just trying to stay alive to wait for NQZ. So, smart decision making there from Safe. Both pistol rounds have been won by MIBR on this map, Trav.
And the crazy thing is, that's the only thing keeping them in touch. They're going to be 3
Yeah.
rounds behind, having only won pistols and conversions. Isn't that wild? That's what MR12 is like these days. paiN have dominated the actual body of the game, but don't really have a big lead. Or won't.
Going to require a ridiculous effort on the T side for them to try and make good on the fact that they've won both pistols, and that's what's keeping them afloat. I don't think it's going to happen though. I mean, paiN have just looked so reliable here on this map so far.
Yeah, you'd think when the guns come out that it'll be alright. We shall see. Lux gets the info as they waterfall out of the apartments. Bomb plant can come in comfortably. It will be 9-6 in a matter of around 40 seconds or so.
We head into the first gun round.
No real reason for paiN to save here. I'd actually prefer to see them go a little bit more aggressive. They are now trying to lock MIBR out of exiting with their weaponry. And he certainly only has dualies in this round still, by the way, so he can actually afford to go down if he really wants to. He's being an absolute nuisance. You think maybe paiN will try and peek for it now. They absolutely will. Now they're looking for that weaponry, but little do they know it's only dualies, and Snow sees that. He tries to... he spams E on the ground thinking he could have a weapon, but... he actually just switches his deagle to a pair of dualies and is like, oh, no thank you, brother.
Yeah. It's like where you're doing the trade contracts, the upgrades, and then you get a gun that's just not worth the value at all that you were hoping for.
You get an MP7 Bloodsport when you're looking for the M4 phase.
There we go. My bro knows. 9-6, and this is the all-important gun round we'll be looking towards for MIBR to see if this comeback is actually legit, or is it a fake comeback? No one likes a fake comeback. Long road ahead, but it is a traversable one. It's doable for MIBR, and they're going to just try and take contact in towards mid right now, just walking their way forward after they dump their util in towards the A bomb site, hoping that they pull the attention away from connector and away from connector and middle in general, take the attention to A. Drop now takes the space in con, but look at how far forward they are in towards this B bomb site right now.
Look, how's he so far up? Lux has seen the information on one, but Sunny, I think, has seen him first, and that's an easy pre-fire. B site completely taken. Bigger Zera, but now mollied off on short. Unless he gets one kill in the next 15 seconds, which now I don't think is possible anymore with all this extra utility that MIBR still have. I think you're right, Matt.
Okay, well, it's a very well worked round coming through from MIBR there. Just really, they were kind of just committing to the push until there was some resistance, and they don't find any resistance. So there's nothing that really stops them from just keeping up with that push up catwalk in towards the B bomb side. Lux caught completely off guard with his forward position in apartments as he gets cleared out by Insani. One frag was all that was required in the round for MIBR, as they've now closed the gap to 2. And Trav, we actually have to start to conceive of a world in which MIBR could win on Mirage. And just think about what that would do to paiN here in the grand scheme of things in the grand final. Obviously, not only would it put them down 2-1 in the best of 5, but it would also mean that they would have let a huge lead slip through their fingers, making their mental even worse going into the next map.
Yeah, on a map they love so much as well. I mean,
exactly.
Look, let's just put this into perspective here. MIBR have won 1 gun round. They're 2 rounds behind. That just shows you.
I don't understand how the maths works out there, but it's true.
Does.
He's not lying, guys. It's right there on our screen.
That's the power of the 3-0 on the pistol, and why maybe that force buy for paiN on the second round would not have been advisable. I didn't want to see it. They went for it. It was not bad damage, but it wasn't the round victory. And now they're up against it. Even with being 2 rounds in front, it feels like they're up against it, because he's starting to get a little bit nervy, knowing they've been in control all this time. Now that's dissipating.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're able to get another full arsenal of weapons, because obviously only 1 player died in the previous round, so they've got another opportunity here to open up their account on the CT side. See if they can make it happen. Oh, great flashback, but NQZ just goes for the timing shot completely blind. Takes down his opposite number. And that is great damage done through the smoke as well. Looking great for paiN Gaming.
Oh, Lux. Lead off toward Bento, and actually will be moving forward off the back of that. They will have heard that one tag, but it doesn't matter. Snow and Big Azera will help him out. They just had every single angle covered, and that's the worst feeling when you're going for a B Apartments play. You've not just lost one player, you also have a couple of low HPs in play, and you know there are at least 2 players on site, and maybe even a third rotator, and you just can't clear every single angle. It's one of the hardest positions, of course, to clear.
Yeah.
What is it, like 8 angles, and you try and jump out
At
of
minimum,
the apartments. So, yeah, that
Feels
was
like
never
1,000.
going to work. It does sometimes,
Yeah.
doesn't it? It does.
I mean, you can't really even fault anything MIBR do in that round, can you? Because think about how the first player goes down. It's safe. He's trying to make a play over at A. He goes down to the opposite AWPer, who's completely blind. And then from there, so much damage done through the smoke by Lux. Just a random spray. You know, that's really unfortunate for MIBR. Rotations come through, and they just get mowed down as they push into the B bomb site. And that's the problem when you're trying to fight back from such a deficit, is that there'll always be those sorts of rounds where you don't make any missteps or mistakes and you still lose the round, right? And that lack of a buffer makes it very difficult to make the comebacks happen. But they still have some breathing room. They're still alive.
Yeah, that's a relaxing round for paiN there. Better than Alka-Seltzer. Absolute settler. They need a couple more of those though to get it done. Good nade on toward drop down to 72. Now another one will follow, putting him down to 26. He hasn't seen a soul, but he's mortally wounded. Snow, likely the same thing and same outcome. Oh, that's nice though.
Cheeky. Have at least been able to get Lucazi and ladder room, but it should still be on the radar of paiN, considering that MIBR had such forward control in that part of the map, and you can see Lux is kind of considering it in the back of his mind. Does he want to go venture in and clear it out, or is he happy to just remain in this position? paiN still have a very good read. 3 players over towards A. It's exactly where MIBR are headed. Oh, Lucazi's now going to go searching. Is he? They're certain he's here, and they will root him out of position.
So needing to get a few picks, but there's no reason for paiN to give him anything. Cowers has got support. The Big Azera right next to him. 34 seconds. They might have the bomb in their possession, but they're running low on util. They've got one of each left. Flash, smoke, molly, nade. But there's not really anywhere to put them to get them back into this round. And I think they're committing to a save outside A ramp here. And you know what? With their money, I don't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, with as much on the line as there is right now, and when you look at their finances, like you say, 3 players can afford to buy in the next round. I guess Save can drop a Galil. They'll have all the weapons that they need, but paiN are now alive and well here on the CT side. They've won consecutive rounds, and they've kept the entire team alive in these rounds that they've been winning as well. So they've got all the money in the world right now, on the brink of finishing off the job, and getting in the lead in this grand final once again.
Yeah, the save makes sense for MIBR mostly because Insani and Lucazi with the loss bonus could just rebuy all by themselves, no issue. They'll have everything in play again. So it's a bit awkward, but better than throwing the weapons away in an almost unwinnable 3v5 with 25 seconds left. Reminder, we are locked at 1 apiece in this best of 5. Map 1, technically Inferno, never played, because that is the best of 1 default that paiN, of course, get from the upper bracket. Anubis was taken by MIBR. That was our map 1. And we have this, and then possibly 2 more to play.
I want them all. Give me all the maps and all the rounds. Best of 5 grand final. This is what it's about. For the love of the game. MIBR, they're on the brink here of losing on Mirage, a map they looked incredibly good on yesterday against Bestia. Of course, at large in general, it's been a very rough map for this MIBR team. Have gotten an opening kill though.
Dropping. Lux is obviously realizing that in this situation of the round, you want to fight back for one more, try and even it up once again. And he's got a bit of a glance around quite a lot in mid, but Lukowski still sticking himself in Delpan, safe. He'll probably stay there to try and cut off rotations later on in the round. MIBR going for what looks like going to be an A execute at the moment. Going to be the perfect call considering the positions of Bigazera and his rotating teammate from jungle in Kawes, and that's going to come through. It might have to be Kawes all by himself, and that's a gorgeous spray with the M4A4. He's not just found two, he's found the third as well. Drop will finally remove him, but then that activates Lux on that rotation, and Lukowski, who was in that position for so long, as I said, to possibly cut off those rotations, he may have found that one kill, but it's Kawes who's the hero.
Oh, absolutely. What a marvelous triple kill coming through from Kawes. And then even as he loses his life out valiantly, you know, the hero going down, Lux makes good of that and gets a frag to basically seal the deal and solidify the round for paiN, capitalizing on Kawes' heroics. 12-7. 3 rounds in a row here for paiN. They've been doing it in streaks, Trav. They won 9 in a row in the first half to make it 9-3. And, well, they could finish off the map with a streak as well.
Oh, that was so nice from Kawes. That might be one of the cleanest sort of straight sprays with the M4A4 that I've seen in like recent times, because obviously they were pretty much perfectly lined up. Those are usually a lot easier with an A1S because the spray control is a little bit easier. Obviously fire rate lower does make those harder in a way, but the M4A4 there looked like the best gun in the game when it was in Kawes' hands, and NQZ goes aggressive to catch exit, trying to take apartments control. paiN trying to get this one done and dusted. MIBR had their streak, but I'm afraid Bigazera and Snow are putting an end to this one pretty sharpishly.
Oh yeah, man, it's looking so clean from paiN now ever since they've gotten the ball rolling on their CT side. They're just looking monolithic on this defense. Insani and safe to try and save the day here, but surely this is just too much to ask. Everybody's still alive here for the CT side. They've got util, they've got everything they could hope for to put the finishing touches on the map. And the boost up will obviously give up the information that both of the players are here in middle as well, so I'm not sure if that's completely worth it.
Yeah, could have just used the bench, mate. Like, it makes no difference at this point. Makes no difference. Oh, safe will finally connect on Bigazera, but they know they're both stuck there now. Snow is rotated in, Lux is rotated in. They're going to try and leap their way in, and Lux just says no. Great map from him. He needed that bounce back from the first map of our series of Anubis, and he absolutely gave us that. paiN, in the end, MIBR's struggle in winning gun rounds really caught up with them.
Yeah, it's a good point, right? We highlighted that throughout the map. They certainly did struggle in those really important rounds. I mean, they won both pistols, which did save face to a degree. Map could have been over a long time ago if that wasn't the case, but paiN will still be very happy with how they're able to get across the line. 13-7. It was dominant, you know, winning those 9 rounds in a row in the first half, and then they win 4 rounds in a row in the second half to finish off the job, win the map, and get back in the lead here in the best of 5 once again. They're now up 2-1 as we head into Nuke.
Always had Bigazera in it,
yeah,
and there's a reason for that.
Yeah, hasn't ever really gotten the opportunity that a lot of people have felt like he's deserved at, you know, inferior at the helm. But maybe his time will come one day. He's 27 now. He's still doing, you know, fantastic work. Nuke, I feel like Nuke's always been a very good map for Bigazera as an IGL. And remember the previous paiN team with Skulls, Hardzao, Zevi. Nuke, I think, was actually their best map for a long time. Even internationally, they were able to go up against some of the best teams. So yeah, let's see what form we're going to see from paiN here. They do get to choose sides coming into this. They'll have the advantage of starting on the defensive half.
A little bit of a quick pause coming in, hopefully not too long. Lux, I think, disconnected and then tried to reconnect and then maybe disconnected again. I'm not entirely sure, but I can quickly check for you, see if we got some intel on that situation.
Gets us off the cameras, so
exactly.
I'm not too upset.
I can tell you it's a monitor issue, and that is the reason we have a slight delay. No, I'm lying. That's a really old message. Where is it? No, the admin is just pushing for them. So, Correa, shout out to you. Always giving admin messages to our production. He's a way that does some great work for this region. Always puts messages in a little Discord we have, obviously, to keep us up to date, keep production up to date on what's going on. But yeah, apologies for that. I read an old message that was from an earlier tech pause. It only lasted around 30 seconds, so all good.
Hopefully this one's not going to last much longer. Yes, Trav.
If you were to pick one of these players right now, we've already spoken about Bigazera, so I think we will exclude him because I think we know the answer. One of these players from these two teams right now to put into Furia, and who do you replace?
Oh, okay. That's an interesting conversation. I'd have to go with Insani.
Yes.
I feel like he's like the most obvious option, so probably the boring answer as well. But I feel like Insani is the one guy who would be able to just take his game to that level immediately. I don't know if we had to think about roles who Insani would replace. If we wanted to really, go for the most ideal swap, it might mean taking out someone like paiN, which obviously wouldn't be ideal. But if you go like Insani for Cello, maybe there's a world in which you're just beefing up the firepower even more. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, you could mold it. You could mold it for sure. But yeah, obviously, if just thinking about dream Brazilian teams, I think if I was to look at it right now as to run down it all, you still have to say paiN. You probably still have to say in some parts Yuri, but even I would say paiN is a little bit more imperative to them at the moment than Yuri has been. Even though paiN, I think, in my opinion, has dropped off a little bit in recent times, but I would probably pick paiN. I would take Bigazera. I would take Lux. I would take Insani. Roles maybe don't make sense, but I don't care. We've got an IGL. And if we're going to get an AWPer, that's hard, isn't it, to really pick an AWPer at this stage?
It is. That's been the problem for years now for Brazil, by the way.
Yeah. I think for me, it's a tough call. I would genuinely still take Henny, and I'm being serious.
Yeah, I think you could make a case for Zevi as well. I mean, I know that he hasn't been phenomenal since he's joined Flux, so I feel like he has got an insane amount of potential.
He's revamped a bit.
Zevi. I think he's got a great ceiling. Some people probably thinking, why haven't we said Fallen? But we're looking forward to the future a little bit more here as well. So I like the Henny shout. I think the Henny shout's a good one.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's always just been like the thing that kind of Brazil have been lacking is an out-and-out ridiculously talented AWPer who can just dominate the server and just be a star AWPer, right?
Yeah, ever since 2016, 2017, when Fallen was up there as some of the best players in the world, right, alongside coldzera. I mean, I remember watching some of those games live back then and just being in awe at how Fallen would dance around the trains. By the way, bring Train back, please. Get rid of Vertigo. I beg of you, Valve. If the all singing, dancing god is listening to us, please bring it back. Quick confirmation, by the way, it was a power outage, I believe, for Lux, because we saw him disconnect, and they're turning their PC back on right now. So I apologise for the yap, but that's what we're paid to do when there's a technical issue. So it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Just shift into podcast mode.
Yeah.
And come up with some conversational topics, but I feel like we've maybe exhausted a few of those. We have given our thoughts on Fury, and you know what, there's still quite a lot to go throughout the rest of this best of 5, so we have to keep a few of them on ice in case we're required to slot into podcast mode again. So we're going to throw this to a break, guys. Don't go too far. When we come back, we will be getting into Nuke. It could be the last map of this grand finals, so certainly will be worth catching, and we'll join you after that short breather.
Apologies for the slight delay, friends, but that break thankfully wasn't as long as I thought it could be. We are live on Nuke with paiN one map away from taking the title. And let's see if they can complete it. Lux already top hut, fighting away with the dualies, and Snow will come in to help out. But look at the damage that Lux and Bigazera have taken. MIBR still trying to fight through these smokes, but now Lucalzi is hacked down to 7, and the only option left is diving down the vents.
Yeah, smart decision making here. They've kind of been able to get ahead of the round here. Quick rotation from Kawa is able to inflict damage. He's going to continue to go searching. He spots the head and he takes the head off of exit. Lucalzi times his peak to the best that he possibly can there, but he's so low on health it makes it really awkward for him. He can't commit to that gunfight, and well, now just probably best off saving the Glock, maybe looking for some extra kills, but certainly no way to deny the defuse. And although MIBR get the bomb plant, they don't get a... Oh, I lied. They do get a kill in the round. Does Lux commit here? He does, surely, right? Surely, Lux, there we go.
Gets his kill. And to be fair to paiN, that was a really good hold. Considering the sort of madness at the beginning of that, there was more smokes in play than perhaps I think MIBR were expecting when they went for that play. And then Kawes being really assertive, like you mentioned. And it worked out well. Interesting that MIBR with that plant. They're going for a little bit more of a force. And it's a force with that 1 AK. Drop will, of course, drop that over as the in-game leader. Take the paiN on that one. But already, Lucalzi will make it work as his IGL runs in first for his AK player. Lux needs to deliver 2, and that can only get 1. That AK has really been impactful. They've got a 3v2 on the B bomb site, and that retake is hard with NQZ and Snow's position. I think they might just save it.
Yeah, looks like they've just accepted their fate. The Force Spy is going to prove to be fruitful here for MIBR. The trades, all that they really need to win the round. First trade ram, push their way forward. Another trade on the B bomb site. Just get that man advantage and carry it through the entirety of the round. Really good work coming through from MIBR. Was a 10-2 half for MIBR the last time they started on the T side against paiN, Trav. 10-2. Surely they won't be able to emulate that, but even if they get close, they'd be happy. paiN Gaming going to force back in response here.
Yeah, the force by wars, my friend. They
Full effect.
They often go back and forth. paiN with the M4 still on NQZ. Hamas and MP9s in play. Kawes on the Deagle. MIBR will know what's going on here. And we'll take this with as much care as any normal gun round.
Yeah, they've thrown the full wall of smokes outside, but there's no one to actually play around those smokes. So paiN have kind of gone searching, and they realize that there's no presence or pressure towards outside for MIBR. So the CTs should have a very good idea of actually what's going on here right now. Just about whether MIBR are going to go ramp or whether they're going to try and go in towards the A bomb site. And it looks like, oh my goodness, it's going to be ramp as the option they go for. And Kawa spots it out, fires off a single shot, and then falls back.
Drop. Oh my word. That was one of those classic, you've lost the FAMAS spray control on the first 2 bullets of the burst, and you just commit to it and hope for the best, and eventually you got it done. NQZ, big flank, they're not expecting the coming whatsoever. Oh my word, Insani looks at it at the last possible second, and NQZ will be slapping his forehead at that one.
Oh man, he was frothing, Trav. He was licking his lips, oh baby, drooling at the players that were merging in front of him. And then Insani just kind of peeks back in that direction, and NQZ's world just eviscerates before his very eyes. And MIBR will weather the storm. Not much of a storm here in this round against the Force Spy. Makes it look easy.
And yeah, to win the anti-force with All 5 up would be huge. Kara's looking for something. Oh, the MP9 he picked up didn't have as many bullets in it as I think he thought it did. And Save gets away with it on 1 point of health. Always a frustrating one. Anyway, in the end, they're going to say MIBR parred that round really well. Pretty calm, pretty comfortable. Didn't go for anything too ridiculous. Understood the situation on the map. All's well and good to get a 3-1 here.
Absolutely. Despite the fact they lost the pistol, been able to get back into the action and put some pressure on paiN here early on. paiN CT side being tested, and Trav, paiN don't want to go into the RMR having lost nuke 5 times in a row and having disastrous CT sides off the back of those losses as well.
Yeah, I really thought when paiN played FaZe at IEM Rio that actually that was the time paiN could get one over them. They did take a map off of FaZe. And that's when I thought, okay, there's actually a chance now. I think I was on the other broadcast. I think it was Complexity Imperial at the time, not sure. But yeah, I really kind of wanted paiN to win that in a way because FaZe had been on a downturn, paiN had been on a consistent upturn. But in the end, just fell short. The classic FaZe that kicked in where they up against the wall and they never say die. Got it over the line. But yeah, who knows where FaZe will be in the upcoming events. Just thinking about that on this full eco, obviously. Like, I've been unfounded rumours by certain people getting misquoted that maybe Carrigan and Reyna out of that team at the end of the year, maybe after Shanghai. But I have a feeling they might go on a little while longer, even though maybe they'll think about it for sure.
Put them in G2.
Imagine, dude. Imagine.
Once Nico leaves, replace Snacks, Rain and Carrigan's at G2. I mean, who's saying no?
That would be something, wouldn't it? I mean, obviously, Carrigan has always seemed to find a way to make a team successful and or consistent with whatever roster he's ever sort of been on. He even made that famous, weird, envious roster look competent many
Sonic
years
was
ago.
on that team.
Indeed. Indeed. Does he still wax lyrical about how playing with Carrigan was like the best time in his life?
Not really, because he had to play with Nifty in the same team. So...
That's a stray for Nifty. That's a stray.
Kind of balanced out the experience, I think.
That's a bit of a stray, but I understand where you're coming from, and yeah, I think it's gonna be fascinating to see how that works out. But yeah, paiN did fall, and I thought that might be the event where paiN sort of certified and cemented themselves as a better team than Furia. But Furia really put a sort of a handle on that one. They always seem to ramp up in Rio. That was their 3rd playoffs in a row. In Rio, they made it at the major last year and now this year too. And we need to make it more than just the one event per year, though, with their recent inconsistencies. But anyway, the eco round is done. We can concentrate back on this proper gun round. Bigger Zera, FAMAS with a bit of extra utility. But already they're not got much in the bank when it comes to that. 1 minute 30, and they might be looking for a faster play. Snow does well to get his one. There's Lux as well, and finally they deal with him on the rafters. Snow trying to battle for it though, and he only does a little bit more damage. Thankfully, NQZ still there. He gets 2, and paiN take the round.
Yeah, Snow is the key player there, finding a multi-kill because Exa was looking to just surge through that smoke and shatter the defense on the A-bomb site, but Snow cuts him down, and then it turns into a more one-dimensional hit for MIBR with the rest of the players trying to emerge out of huts, and obviously they get shut down as well. They're still kind of finding kills, but they don't really have the numbers to play the trade game, and rotations were thick and fast for paiN as well. NQZ just arrives on the scene, and he's able to finish off the round with a good double kill. So paiN get themselves back to winning ways, and they withstand the challenge of that pacey A hit. I think it's a great call for MIBR in the first gun round, but it's a really important round for paiN to win because it means that MIBR won't be too comfortable just reverting back to that strategy later in the half. They're going to have to dig deeper than that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Sometimes it can send out that warning sign, be a little bit of a, I guess you could say, a situation where MIBR would think twice rather than go for it straight away. Kawes. Top of the ramp box. We'll make noise dropping down. I'm not sure if one of these lobby defaulters would have been close enough to hear that. Quite possibly, actually, on Lukowski. But obviously with that smoke up, it doesn't really mean a whole lot. It's an easy assumption there'll be one player ramp.
Touchdown. And that forces him to use the last smoke grenade that MIBR had at their disposal. Oh my goodness, that is a brilliant kill from Exit. Not getting drawn into the fight that was happening after Drop gets the kill, dropping his guard. Keeps his attention fully focused in, and Big Uzera can't get in the act either. These gunfights are not looking great for paiN, honestly. Lots of damage done, but none of it fatal.
Lux will go down to the Calzi. There we go. And yeah, that damage, it looked like it was going to be enough. Especially in that ramp position where there was damage done by a teammate already. I thought maybe even they could get one and drop down toward ramp. And it's a possibility, of course, of two if one bullet, stray bullet had connected with the likes of Drop or Insani. But not the case. Not the case. And Snow will be trying to save a fan mass of all things, which is not the nicest save in Counter-Strike history, but he's going to have to do it.
4-2. MIBR straight back to winning ways. Snow's able to get an AK, at least, so he gets the upgrade that pesky from us. Feels a little bit better coming into the next round, but still far and away not going to be enough money to justify an investment here for the CT side. I mean, paiN have matched the rounds that they got on their CT side against MIBR on this map last time they played in the upper bracket final, but they'll need more. That goes without saying.
How do they activate Snow in this round with the singular AK when they've got nothing around it at all? They have gone at least for something a little bit different. They boosted Kawes on the boxes on ramp. Lux looking to try and hit that pre-aim on Safe, holding from Trophy. Actually, they will put something into play here with Snow. They boost him near credit, actually, I think. Have a weird headshot angle. That's something that maybe could work out. He tries to make something happen. Not going to happen with just the USP. But I appreciate the place they put Snow there, because very often when it's an eco in this sort of round, as Sunny will just deal them straight up, nice shot, is that you'll go outside and play longer ranges where it feels a bit safer, right? So at least they boosted it in the right place. Big Uzera gets owned by aim punch there, I'm afraid. That was just unfortunate.
It is a good point, though, that you're kind of preempting the T's to head in that direction and try and expose what they're expecting to be the weaknesses in the round and go for those longer range duels, but unfortunately, not really where MIBR venture. Able to just keep it simple, go into the A-bomb site, make it look easy as they go up 5-2 here. Things going swimmingly for MIBR. Anubis was the first map of this grand final. MIBR dominated paiN there, 13-4, as you can see top right of your screen. Mirage next looked very good for paiN. And they're currently leading this best of 5 2-1, courtesy of that map advantage they brought into this grand final. Having made their run into the final through the upper bracket, that's the reward they got. Yeah. But Nuke not really going the way they would have hoped. Okay, Insani. That looked a bit lazy.
Yeah, just trying to hold W outside. It was clearly a set plan from the beginning of the round that he was going to try and get deep outside control or secret control fast. And he gets caught off, and so does Exit. Snow somehow gets away with that one. Drop will answer back with one, and they do have an opportunity now to go down towards secret, but they're down a man.
Bomb carrier's made his way down. Drop's going to join up with him, and that leaves Safe in a very awkward position with the Yorp in towards lobby right now. So many angles to clear out. And it's a double push through Squeaky here for paiN. Lux is playing the smoke fade right now, and Safe is very prepared for this. Surely he's going to hit the instant shot, and there we go. Kill comes through. But probably not going to expect a second player in a forward position as well. Snow's not too keen to go searching though, so that'll allow for Safe to kind of slink past and maybe start to pressure ramp. MIBR have time here for Safe to try and work their way through, but NQZ able to find a vital kill.
Kawes as well will advance forward. That's a nice bit of initiative there, making sure he doesn't just sit behind the molly and maybe let MIBR get a plan in action. And Safe is on the wrong side of the map, I'm afraid. He has got a way to get toward heaven, but that is not where the action needs to be for him. Snow could go down here, and will do. But if he had maybe 30 more seconds, I could say maybe he would have time to go toward the bomb, look for another kill, try and find a 1v1. But with just 18, I believe it was, as he gets that kill on Snow. And there's no way back. So, saving the AWP in CT spawn. Bombers dropping a single, as you can see from NQZ's POV, and we're all good. I've got a quick question for you. See if you can get it off the top of your head immediately. Okay. If we didn't have a map advantage as the upper bracket reward, what would you choose instead? Side choice? That's not really impactful, is it?
What do you mean? Like, if we didn't have a...
If we didn't have a map advantage...
Oh, like what the advantage would be for a team who came through the upper brackets?
Yes.
I see. Okay. Yeah, side choice isn't huge. Oh, man, it's actually a pretty...
Isn't, is it?
Money, I think sometimes can be good. Like, you get an extra bonus for having come through the upper bracket. You know, just...
Maybe.
Like an extra portion of the prize pool or something like that as a reward.
Because I do feel like the sort of default 1-0 lead is something that a team sort of needs as a reward for the upper bracket, but sometimes it can feel a little bit more like too impactful to the series overall. Obviously that's just a bit of spitballing, just thinking about maybe other options that could be in play for that sort of situation, but I think it works as intended. It gives paiN the rightful lead for not losing a game, but yeah, it's an interesting conversation for sure.
I think so too. I think there's a few different options, right?
You know, when you said money, I actually thought they're going to start the game with $3,000 and have a rifle buy on the pistol. That's a bit ridiculous, brother. But I knew you didn't mean that. I only thought that for like half a second.
Yeah, that would be quite crazy. That's just out of pocket trap. Come on, you know me better than that. Oh man. Yeah.
Oh dear. And the team who are on the receiving end of that would certainly be out of pocket. That's for sure.
Yeah, in comparison, for sure.
Oh dear. Funny stuff.
We have pistols and armor, and they get SMGs. Not fair.
Look how late this is, by the way. We're only just creeping outside now with 30 seconds left in the round. There wasn't really much control taken by MIBR in this entire round. If they can hit headshots like that, it's not going to matter. Drop takes Snow, and Sunny takes NQZ. The second one is the big one, but Lux is here. Oh, he's found, actually, that one extra. And it makes it a 2v2, and Cowards is a banger on safe. And out of nowhere, Exit is 1v2. Has the bomb to pick up, but surely paiN will just double swing this one. They absolutely will. And Cowards will hit the shot. Actually goes in for it alone somewhat. Kicks it, takes it anyway. And a big quad kill gets paiN within one.
Oh, fantastic work out of Cowards there, because it's looking very good for MIBR initially, just opening up that A bomb site, devastating the defense initially with both those kills. And the reason why I said important frag as soon as Cowards got that kill was because he gets to bait in Lux at the vent there as well, so he can get in on the action. He gets baited forward though, and he was always going to die to the squeaky player. Thankfully for paiN, Cowards continues to frag from heaven. That was really a godly round out of him, man. A vital multi-kill to just keep control of that A bomb site. As paiN draw within one here. Good to see some resolve coming through from them on the CT side here.
Yeah, it's a nice resolve. And with that round, they get more on the board than they did last time they played MIBR on this map. So, already a bit of progress. Sometimes, obviously, the conversations can go both ways when it comes to a rematch a few days later. Obviously, the team who lost by that much will know what they need to fix, but also the team that won by that much will know what went right. Always a bit of a mind game. That's what makes Counter-Strike so interesting. Coming in Pacey again here, and it could be an early vent dive, but Snow says no with the help of that grenade.
Problem is, it's not even like if they win this round they get to play against an eco in the next, because MIBR just built up so much money and now they start to get subsidized by the round count loss bonus as well. So yeah, they're going to have to do this on hard mode, that's for sure. The plan here for MIBR after losing an early player.
There haven't been many times in history where the Challenger League finals in a region has actually gone to all 5 maps. There's an opportunity we can do this here. MIBR get more in this round to at least get a tie on the half, but it's not happening. Snow with a great hold. He gets 2 and a dink. It wards MIBR away with safe, only on 15 health, with the ball on his back, but you can't plant on T-roof, mate.
Yeah, unfortunately not. If he could, then maybe there'd be a world in which he could win this, but unfortunately we just It's not how the game works. So
Can't park there, mate.
don't know why. I mean, what is the bomb only able to activate when you're like in a certain proximity of the map?
You know some of the show matches that were done for Rio, I think actually, as well as some other previous tournaments. They would have a couple of rounds where the bomb would just be plantable anywhere, or it would be planted in T spawn, right, on train or something, and CTs would have like extra time to get there, obviously, but they'd have to retake it, and it's those are some of the sort of things that actually make show matches relatively fun. Oh no, oh, the nade doesn't go in that position. Okay. I was going to say, if he threw it to where safe is, that would be a wild choice to throw it there, but he tries T-roof and not to beat.
I wonder how, I mean, Twitch chat would have a field day with that, Trav. They would, that would set them off for sure.
We see you, Twitch chat. We see you.
Yeah.
We see your mischief.
It's like the uncle at the party that you see but just don't pay much attention to. You know, always causing trouble and saying things that just are not okay to say, but everyone just kind of ignores him. Yeah, that's how I see Twitch chat. Either way. Love you guys. Kisses. 5-all. paiN Gaming looking to try and get themselves the lead here. It's been a very good fight back from them so far, Trav.
Some of you guys are alright. I hope you know that.
That's true.
Big Zero waiting in mini next to Mouth, and they'll know that with these deeper smokes up that one or two things could come through. Secret control, or maybe creeping into garage control outside, but 4 will make their way down with Exit just playing default elsewhere. It's probably on Lux here to get at least one and stay alive, but Big Azara's actually got one on Safe. Safe went back up to have a look. Now they need to swing onto Lux together, but there's the one. Does face for another, which could be a bit of a misstep, but at least they have the 4v3 still.
At least MIBR have been able to make their way through Secret and towards this B-bomb side. Kawis continues to just edge his way forward on the catwalk though. Oh, and Exit just narrowly misses out on the timing. NQZ, I'm surprised he's been so loud with his rotation down. Kawis misses on the spray, actually forces the player off the plant. Drop fakes the plant again. This is giving more time here to paiN to get themselves in a good position, but Lukowski will just demolish Kawis, and that's a really big miss shot there from NQZ. All the pieces falling into place here for MIBR.
Snow in a clutch, penultimate round of the half. There's not much money, but considering he's already here, he might give this a look. But Lukowski is just ready, and that is the Lukowski we want to see on MIBR. 3 kills in the round, 10 on the board, leading the way. And yeah, that was a really good position he put himself in next to that smoke behind the B site silo, because he knew that, you know, Kawes might want to move and try again at spamming that if they try the plant again, and drop faking it again. You know, actually, it's probably the right call in the end, because it makes Kawes uncomfortable not knowing whether he's getting rounded from behind that site silo or not.
Yeah, they just keep their composure. There was no panic there for MIBR. And look at the money now for paiN. Despite the fact they won, what, 3 rounds in a row, it actually doesn't look great here for the investment. Have at least been able to find an opening kill, but still with the disadvantageous weapons they have, there's going to have to be a lot more from that, or like that, until they feel comfortable in the round.
Oh, safe. He knows his angles. Lovely catch on Bigu. Lukowski will take the initiative to push a bit deeper. That could be a read that they know Big Azera could play that outside position kind of alone on a couple of occasions. So he's gone a lot deeper. And that's going to give a lot of control. Kawes dropping down from Heaven 2 might just mean it's an easy A split for MIBR here. Lukowski could have this one in the palm of his hand. He's not going deeper yet, and that will be to the fortune of the site players, but finally he has a look, and Snow will get removed. Lux has found 2, though. Look at the position he's in, and he's doing a wonderful job right now of keeping safe at bay, and he's even taken him down as well. Lukowski has to activate 1v3, and he might not even be allowed to. It's a wonderful dig from Kawes, and paiN somehow get evens at half.
We're back for what could be the final half of this grand final. MIBR are going to be hoping that's not the case. paiN did do pretty well to fight back in that first half and give themselves a decent opportunity at closing it out here on Nuke. 6-all is the name of the game as we do come into the second half of Nuke.
paiN on the T side. Seen many a good T side from them on this map, but occasionally they can fall a little bit flat, and there's no secret about this play. That smoke wasn't even covering the vent properly. They went for a mini smoke instead. So they're straight down vent to the B site and going very deep, pushing up, and it's going to work beautifully. Kowers gets that kill on the aggression, and Lux doubles up. He's 11-9 now, and MIBR just removed instantly.
Can I just say that line, there's no secret about this one, was a banger, Trav. Loved that. Them going into secret, that was a nice one. We don't often compliment each other's lines in the middle of the cast, but I just got to give them a shout out. Like that. Great pistol round out of paiN. Honestly, just charging their way straight through. And that's a bit of a statement of intent coming into the half here as well. NQZ dinks exit in mid-air. That's quite something. And that kind of ramps the pressure up quite a lot, I'd say, with paiN winning the pistol to kick off the second half. And I was actually thinking MIBR were going to be able to do better with their response because they were very quick to send 3 players down ramp back into that B bomb site. But paiN just hit some really quick shots there, some clean shots, and they dominate the pistol.
Can I just say that there's no secret about this not going secret? That was a complete accident, just so you know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's a happy accidident. We still claim them anyway.
I'm an honest boy.
It's ingrained in your brain. Sure, you might not have calculated, like, actually consciously thought about it, but still rolled off subconsciously.
I'm an honest lad. I will not.
I know, you are, and I appreciate that. But take the flowers, Trav. Take them.
Yeah, I will. I won't sneeze either. I promise. 4 MP9s for MIBR.
Allergics.
Yeah, I'm actually not allergic to, I think, many things at all. If I had an actual allergy test, maybe I would be, and I'd find out a couple of things. But I've been pretty lucky with some things, at least, when it comes to my health. Other things not. Double MP9 hold, because Zera's creeping forward. Molotov's out, showing they pounce into the Molotov throne. Exactly, they do. And Safe actually takes NQZ behind Bigger Zera. Bigger Zera gets away with 1 in the end there, but Drop being in that position too nets a 4v3, and there are still 2 players around Squeaky Door here for MIBR.
Oh, I mean, paiN will never expect it. They're still trying to clear out on top of huts on the rafters. Insani's in heaven. They're not actually looking to fight on the A-bomb site itself. And it's going to be that wrap around through hut. Insani takes the contact, but Kowers has his wits about him. Controls hut, gets that kill on Lukowski. There's still a snake in the grass. It's exit. Lies in wait. Has to buy time for his teammates. It's Insani heaven. There's 1 in the vent, and then it's exit in Squeaky Door. And oh my goodness, he's been rounded on by Kowers. That frag there might just be enough to lock in the round. And well, if it wasn't the frag from Luck, it certainly is.
That's a shame, isn't it? Because Exit was waiting patiently for his teammates to get into position, and then if they maybe had 3 alive still, Drop would have probably flown his way up the vents and maybe got 1, maybe even 2 by surprise. Who knows? But the fact that Kowers is active and goes back round on the rotation, maybe he wasn't even expecting a player to be there, but he sees it and takes it. And it's one of those small details that can change around and could have gone differently in a different universe, but on planet Earth, it's paiN 8-6.
And now they get to play up against an eco. Really won't be much to worry about. Just Drop with the Galil, the only real potential for problems here. And assuming paiN win this round, which they should, like I said, they go up 9-6 and Trav. They're just 4 rounds away from winning this best of 5. From winning the grand final, being crowned as the champions of ESL Challenger League Season 48. That would be such a good boost for their confidence.
Would be huge. They've been so dominant in this entire season. At one point, they were 18-0 in the back-to-back best-of-1s in the regular season. They've continued their streak in playoffs along the upper bracket, maybe losing a few maps here and there we wouldn't expect. Insanity was definitely one we probably didn't think they'd take a map off of them, but they did. Had to fight back. But they've kind of had every single South American team at arm's length, it feels like. And they're trying to finish it off here. 9-6 should be imminent. Kowers once again gets an opening. He's been solid as a rock on Nuke.
I mean, it started off pretty rough for paiN. I mean, what was it? Like, I want to say 5-2? I have to just go back and check on HLTV quickly. It was 5-2 at one point for MIBR. They were dominating. That was on the T side. But they've only won a single round since then, while paiN, well, they're about to have racked up 7 since then. Don't want to lose anybody else, and, well, will be a nice kill from Exit, but he's brought down very low, so shouldn't be able to get anything more here from the round. Kawes will lock it in. What a phenomenal player. He's been on the snap trap himself, and Lux have got 28 kills between the two of them, doing the lion's share of the heavy lifting here for paiN.
Yeah, Lux, he was our player to watch before this series got underway, and while he started slowly, he never looked back. And that second map that we were played this evening, Kawes dealing with that comfortably. Now the all-important gun round comes in for MIBR. They need this one to stay in touch. If paiN still take this with the Galils in play, or the Galil,
It's
actually,
game
there's only
over.
one. But yeah, I do think it probably be the early nail in the coffin, and that's a great start for Safe.
Yeah, didn't clear out the entirety of the smoke, but enough to catch a glimpse of Big Uzera. Don't know if Kawes was trying to go down the vent. He will now be able to navigate his way through the smoke grenade. Lux is going to drop down along with him, and the bomb carriers... Oh, he hasn't. He's actually missed the entrance of the vent there, and he emerged on the other side of the smoke. That wasn't intentional. Kawes has to try and be the difference maker once again, and he's gone down to drop, so it's looking pretty damn good here for MIBR in this all-important gun round. First gun round of the second half, and they've got the 5v2.
Snow's here at a timing maybe they're not really expecting, but there's a smoke up on glass, and they're going to have to make noise to make their way through, and Drop is even going searching for it. Safe does catch the timing on it too. And then Drop swings for Snow. That is massive to get it with 5 players alive as well. paiN straight back down to maybe a bit of a lower investment on a couple of players. 3 can't buy, 2 can. So I'm thinking maybe 2 AKs, a Galil on Snow, Mac 10 and Tech 9s on the others, or maybe just a singular hero AK. Looks like it's the latter.
Yeah, it's a conservative decision, but kind of understandable as to why they've gone for this. They still have something to work with here in the round, but very good opportunity for MIBR to close the gap to 1. This is where Big Uzera could really have a masterclass, though, calling on the T side, on the brink of winning a grand final. I mean, he's such an experienced IGL. He's won many a tournament online. Not sure how much silverware he has on LAN. I mean, they'll definitely have won regional events. International, they've certainly done damage, but Big Uzera is certainly one of the captains who will rise to the occasion in a situation like this.
Was it ESL Challenger Melbourne they won with Zevi and, was it Zevi and Skulls? I can't remember, it's a long time ago
Yeah, it
now.
might have actually been. Yeah, that was towards the end of last year, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely 2023, I'm pretty certain.
You got their results here. I can go back and have a look.
See if my memory's intact, my friend.
Generally is.
In Counter-Strike, yes. I can't remember what I did this morning, but...
That's okay. You remember what matters.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What I've just seen.
Neat. Little boost up.
Lux has boosted Lux up to mini roof, and that was via jumping boosting. That wasn't a regular boost. That was kind of just like launching you up there in a way. That is something I haven't seen in a long time. It might not win them the round, but it's actually a cool little thing to put in place. I wonder if that was... I don't know. That almost makes me wonder if that was an extra little thing being put into place there that you haven't really seen in an official just yet in CS2. It might be a first-time thing. Maybe I'm crazy and it has been used a couple of times. But that was cool either way. It doesn't work for anything, but worthy to mention.
Yeah, I haven't seen it much either, so certainly nothing that's been happening too popular. Maybe a bit of a newer gimmick that's come into the mix, and some kills in the round for paiN. Probably would have wanted a bit more in terms of damage, considering they had the 3v3 at one point,
Yeah.
but MIBR have been able to draw within 1. And now this gun rounds to level up the scoreline, and if MIBR can do that, with them being on the defensive half, you'd imagine that would put them in a very good position to finish off the job. So, I was hyping Big Uzera up for calling this T side. Let's see what he calls in this all-important round.
A little bit of a run boost there to get bigazera close toward outside very quickly. NQZ pushed him forward, but he'll push him into his death, I'm afraid. Insani will remove him very quickly. Lukowski now trying to reposition, and Safe's missed that shot toward ramp. That might mean that paiN will decide, listen, the AWP's here. Let's try and swarm him at once and make sure he only gets one and maybe dies straight after that, but they're not going to dive onto it. So, just going to relax back into the 4v5.
Yeah, I think it's good decision making from paiN not to commit there, because they kind of missed their window of opportunity, especially after the smoke had been dropped. It would have been probably just suicide to commit to the play there, especially knowing there was a good chance the rotation came through. So they're going to go back towards outside. There's been 2 plans attempted in the round so far for paiN. Both have been shut down. So plan C coming into effect now. Insani, timing not fantastic for him. And Lux will come out on top of that duel. Big gunfight here with Safe. He's actually really lucky to be alive. He's going to go back searching, and he does find a kill. Going to be hearing the footsteps of these players. Oh my god, Lux. Only Lux would do something like that. He's made it work though, and there's a way back into the round for paiN now.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Oh,
no. Drop. That's a great position to have at this stage of the round, though. It drops the bomb, and he almost gets a second. Lux down to 29, but it's still a 2v2. And that rotation will have been heard in the vents, I'm pretty sure. Lux will actually nab the AWP too. It's going to be all on exit, and Cowes catches him at the perfect time. Just when he's trying to reposition. Bomb will go down on A. Lukowski, he's not going to expect this repositioning toward that garage position. That is crazy repositioning from Cowes. So smart, so active, guarantees the kill. 17 kills on the board for him, and paiN reached double digits.
Oh man, what a round out of Cowes. There's so many, as you say, highly impactful frags coming out of him right now. And that kill to keep Lux alive, to kill the player on the A-bomb side, allow for Lux to come through from heaven. Just a lot of good mid-rounding there from paiN, because there was nothing that they were attempting that was really working out for them. You know, bigazera trying to make that play outside, but he goes down the smoke when he gets cleared by the nade. They then try to go back ramp, but get forced out of there. So bigazera calls a great round there, all things considered. MIBR, they can afford a full investment here in the following round, but if they lose this Trav, then I fear the worst for them.
This is a good start from Lukowski. Once again, going aggressive, and he's taking down one of the most important men for paiN. But paiN did find a way to recover it in the previous. It was so close either way. It was one of those fascinating nuke rounds where there's just so many layers to it. Looks like bigazera's waiting for his teammates to join up with him.
Oh. Caught a glimpse of each other there, and Lukowski plays catch involuntarily. And he was already tagged down earlier on in the round, so he's going to get forced all the way back now on only 15 health. Again, as you say, this round being run down by paiN, and Sandy through the smoke finds a really big kill though. Extends the advantage, and paiN are going to continue to take their time here, just walking their way down secret. They are heading into the low health Lukowski though, so maybe there's still a way into the round here for them.
Lukowski actually does a good job there on the low HP, just to shoulder peek for information. And look at the rotation, it's thick and fast here. Lukowski puts himself into the best spot possible, and it activates instantly to peek off of his contact. The trades are even, which means it's still a 3v1, and NQZ will not be allowed to plant the bomb. Good round from MIBR, back within one again. And
exactly,
you know,
as was required.
Something I want to mention quickly as well. I quickly just rewatched it on stream. That boost up toward mini roof that they got Lux in on that eco round, like, I'm pretty sure both players were standing. So they did need to, like, jump boost them up in a way. And I had actually no idea that was possible in that position. And that's maybe something worth rewatching. And I don't know, Nars out here, where are you, my friend? Maybe he knows of that already, but that's something I haven't seen in an official. I don't think it's a pixel walk or any sort of bug there. I think that's just purely a boost that is helped by jumping, maybe.
Thing is, if you have to jump boost, then there's still going to be an audio cue, right? It's not like you can silently boost up on mini roof. That would have been very cool, because then obviously if you drop down off silo, you're always going to give an audio cue away. But it's a not as much of an audio cue, and it's not guaranteed as well, because you're just hearing someone jump. It's not like you're hearing someone land on the roof, which is ironclad info. So you could kind of, you know, catch someone off guard. This has caught me off guard though. paiN have forced up here, Trav.
Yeah. Now, this is where it ggets interesting. They only have 2 rifles on the force, which I usually dislike. If you get a majority of 3, I get it. Only 2, I'm not so sure. And they're looking to turn up the pace. Drop should just be able to take 1 and maybe 2 here. Look at the amount of damage he's just done. That should be way too much for paiN to recover this round. Bukowski's here as well. Lovely first kill. Reposition so that off angle once again to find Snow. Big Azera is stuck, and Lukowski will just face him straight up with the USP. That is rough for paiN.
He wants to know what Big Azera was dispatching of, and like you say, that is paiN. Man, just never really even able to get going. There was clearly a plan coming into the round here with the force buy for the T side, and they're never able to realize that plan. Great shooting from Lukowski. He's having a fantastic time of it on Nuke right now. MIBR level up the scoreline, and now they'll play against an eco. So a very good chance here for them to get Nuke across the line and take us to Vertigo to decide this grand final.
Yeah, that's a bit of a buy from paiN, which I don't enjoy too much. Sure, it's, you know, me being an expert after the event has finished, but they would have had a buy in this one at 10 all, and now they're guaranteed to eco to give MIBR 11 first, which is going to be a little bit more difficult, I feel, for them. It's only Glocks here. It's not like we've got anything at all. Just a rush. Here we go. Oh my god, it's very awkward for exit. And Lukowski's only got 20 bullets, bro. Thankfully, Safe is here, and Sunny's here too. That was a little bit aggressive. Plant would be lovely, and Snow will be allowed it.
Okay, well, at least a little bit of extra money going to be carried over. A couple kills in a bomb plant, but it's going to be MIBR who regain the lead. It's been a while since they've been able to taste the lead here on Nuke. Things were going swimmingly for them at one point. They were up 5-2 on their T side, but paiN really came into their own since then, and they've made it a hell of an affair here on Nuke. Just juggling the defuse, just spreading the love, I guess. Safe has the least amount of kills out of the 3 players alive, so he gets the defuse maybe. I don't know, man.
The right time for attack for paiN. Down 10-11. NQZ's actually invested into a glass cannon AWP here. I wonder if he's going to change his mind and go to an AK. Obviously, he's had a bit of a rough game. Only 7-12. We want to try and make something happen with his preferred weapon, but it's very easily just to get naded out of the round without seeing a soul. And you've got no armor on Nuke.
$11 to 10. A bit of a tactical pause used by MIBR, interestingly enough, and I think there's quite a few people who would make a point against that, considering that they've kind of given paiN an opportunity to maybe just discuss this next gun round here and what they're going to try and do.
Yeah, paiN put one in, and then MIBR called one as well. So we've had 2 tac pauses here, which is slightly more unusual, I feel like, at this stage of the game. But I guess MIBR were like, listen, if you're going to call one here, let's talk about it a bit more, lads. Obviously, as you say, it gives the opponents a chance to talk too. But here we go. NQZ will get boosted up with that AWP, that glass cannon I mentioned. See if we can put it to good use. Not had the best of games.
Must-win round for paiN. There's just no two ways about it. They have to make this one move because Zera's going to go searching towards outside, and he struggled against Insani in that position throughout the half, but this time he comes out on top of that important jewel, and Drop is playing around these smoke grenades like a bit of a menace, but you're not going to catch NQZ off guard.
That's big from Zera. Safe, trying to shift away and just looks away at the worst possible time, and Lux has seen an angle. Easy angle to hold, you would think. Doesn't commit the kill, but it's all the info he wants. He sees it's safe, the AWPer obviously as well. Yeah, they've got him locked in ramp. He's got so much control elsewhere. Safe, shooting at a ghost, I think. On tenterhooks right now is Safe, but A site's been taken. It's about getting the bomb over there and getting it done successfully, and they'll do that now. Snow doesn't want to change up his position, so he'll drop it over to Zera. And in the meantime, Lux had looked behind Safe, and paiN, the extra time they took to talk and were given by MIBR too, maybe it worked out for them.
It did indeed. I mean, it was a very good start to the round. Everything just kind of goes according to plan. Zera finding that first frag, and from there getting all the space. Good kill out of NQZ to find Drop as well, so a convincing round out of paiN. We're going to go the distance here on Nuke. We're going to require all 24 rounds, and then maybe some more after that as well. 11 all, both teams fighting tooth and nail. By far and wide the closest map we've actually had in the past few days.
Yeah. Was that third map decider between MIBR and Bestia? That went to a 10, didn't it? And that was all. So 11 all, we've got to at least round 24, like you say. We will save 2 guns on MIBR, and that is relatively important, because if they lose everything here, they might have one or two players lacking on utility. I'll probably look at Exit and Insani at those two. If they wanted a full purchase, might lack in util with only that 1900 loss bonus. So this is it. Important to mention as well that for paiN, they found a way to recover this to 11 all, while they've only really had 2 of their players really going hard in this game. 36 kills between Lux and Kawes. Everyone else negative.
Yeah, like 24 kills between the other 3 players, so a stark contrast there. Snow, Zera, and NQZ, if they could come alive here right at the end of Nuke, then maybe they could push the team over the edge. Loser of this round, not going to have much money in the next round either, so a lot up for grabs here coming into this 23rd round. Of course, paiN Gaming lead this grand final 2-1 at the moment, so if they win on Nuke, job done. MIBR, they can get across the line, we run it back on Vertigo. And it's not looking like MIBR are going to be going into a shell in such an important round either.
I love that for Safe. Trying to play on the front foot, and Kawes, I think he was trying to find his way down the vents there, or was at least looking at it. But the nade will expose his position. Lux has at least gone down though, and that hasn't been seen, I'm pretty certain. And NQZ doing more work, and Lucalzi's trying to look for the silo player. Thankfully, a response by Insani again. 3v3, but there will be space for Lux now to move in that position to take control of the site with NQZ. Bomb plot needs to come through. Drop is here in time, but he realizes there's a site silo player. Won't go for it, but he tries to nade it, and Lux gives Drop no chance at all.
I don't believe that was anything other than a pre-fire. I cannot believe he had quick enough reflexes to hit the shot down the player swinging. Nope, I don't. I refuse. That was a pre-fire. Nice pre-fire, Lux. And paiN Gaming going to get themselves up to map series and championship point here in ESL Challenger League Season 48. What a run it's been from them so far. They topped the table in the group stage, and now they are on the brink of winning their gold medal, picking up the trophy. Maximum cash dollar.
Exactly. A little bit of extra money as well. We know, as we described earlier, both these 2 teams making the final confirms their qualification to the first Pro League next year, Season 21. But they want all the marbles. And if there's one team which would have been the obvious pick to take all those marbles this season in South America, it would have been paiN. And after dominating the regular season, like you mentioned, they stuck with it through the upper bracket of these playoffs, didn't lose a game, got the deserved advantage. They could be about to make it pay.
What's the approach going to be here? It's Big 0 towards outside. Same wall of smokes being employed. They're hoping that maybe they can pull the attention of the ramp player down. And then from there, the 4 players coming through can find the space. And Drop has been forced down. Safe has been dispatched up by Lux again. Oh no, and Drop's going to try and stand and fight right now. He will not fall back. Man mode is the option employed, but Kawes runs him over like a truck. 5v3, paiN Gaming on the brink of getting the job done here.
And Big Uzera has found Lucalzi as well. There should surely be no way back in this round. Snow's got the bomb planted. The Deep Smoke is going to be attempted to make their way through, but Kawes will stop it. And paiN, without a doubt, the best team over the entire season. Often, the best teams in particular seasons like this don't necessarily come away with the whole championship. But paiN are going to do so. It's all exit. It's a nice flash to try and peek in toward that double door position, but it was still smoked off for a little bit. And he's still trying to go for a duel, but there are 4 players ready for this, and that Molotov will just consign exit to a painful death. They're all gagging for it, are paiN. They want this one done and dusted, and there it is. Lux, our player to watch with 21 kills on that map, and paiN will take the title of ESL Challenger League champions in South America for season 48.
Completely deserved. They've been the best team throughout the entirety of the season. Throughout the group stage, like I said, topping the table. Barely suffering any losses in the process. They go throughout the whole of the upper bracket. They win the upper bracket final and they win the grand final as one. 3-1 convincing.